is the most toxic reality TV show you will ever see.
In life, there's a hierarchy, and I'm right up top.
Valentine's Day is about love between mother and son. You want to take Shikib away from me?
That is not true.
Yes, that is true.
I feel at this point, you guys are just keeping things from me.
You're not right for my son.
What is wrong with your mom?
Fighting. Just stop.
Just break up.
No, I mean,
Just break up.
Hello, you gorgeous donuts. A lot of women in the world would have experienced the horror stories of having a mother-in-law from hell. Whether that's the mother-in-law wearing white to your wedding, or them being obsessed with their son to the point that they seem like they're in love with him, some mother-in-laws fancy their sons so much that they would defend them if they'd murdered someone, I believe. Now, all of those stories are very brutal, but it is nothing compared to what you're going to see in this reality TV show. This is called I Love a Mama's Boy. Already the name is perfect. Genuinely, when I seen the name of this, I just wrote the show down in my notes to cover straight away. Now, the premise of this show includes 4 couples who, on the surface, looking at them, you would think they're pretty normal and live a pretty normal life behind closed doors. Well, you couldn't be more wrong, as each of the boys in these couples is actually madly in love with their mother, and they put their mother above their own partner, their wives. Now, the goal of the 4 women in the relationships in this show is to prove to their partner that they should be the number one in their partner's life, not their own mother. And let me tell you, right now, I don't think any of them are going to succeed. Each of the 4 couples have some of the most insane drama I've ever seen on a reality TV show, and we're also in this video going to cover the entire first season, which means we get to see everything.
Oh, God. So excited right now. Can you feel the excitement?
Okay, let's get into it. I'm nervous. So episode 1 begins with us getting introduced to Matt and Kim.
I can do Olaf from Frozen.
Crash! Sisters torn apart!
Well, at least they have their parents. Their parents are dead.
Oh, God. Please talk some more dirty to us. Me pants are already off, fella. You can't see right now, but honestly, there's nothing... They literally just pronged off. Pronged? Is that a word? I mean, use it if you want to. Doesn't sound the best, and it's not really that sexy, I don't think. Oh, yeah, love, just prong off your pants, please. It's not going to work, is it? If anything, it would have the ulterior effect, which would be she would grow another pair of Sorry, moving on. We learn that this couple were actually living together, but their apartment caught on fire. I must stress the mother-in-law wasn't the arsonist in this. She didn't take any inspiration from Guy Fawkes, okay? But Matt and Kim thought the best solution for them was to move in with Matt's mother while they get back on their feet in Matt's old bedroom.
Balancing my relationship with my mom and Kim is something I definitely have a challenge with.
Why would you have a challenge with that? Like, surely when you get, a girlfriend, a fiance, even a wife, they're the most important thing in your life. Like, yes, you obviously want a really good relationship with your mother, but in the hierarchy, in my opinion, your mother shouldn't come above your wife. Is that weird to say? Like, I just don't think that's a thing, right? Because then your partner doesn't really have you. They're just sharing you with another woman who should have someone else, There's a time when a mother needs to let go. This is what I'm trying to say.
Good morning.
Morning.
Time to get up.
Kelly.
How are you?
Good.
Sorry, so the mother came into the room and only made a cup of coffee or a cup of tea for her son and said good morning to her son, but didn't say anything whatsoever to Kim. Didn't even make her a cup of tea or coffee. Hey, frosty beginnings, eh? Even Jack Frost would have to put the heating on now. Come on, love, that is cruel. She walked in so proudly as well.
whether it's pedicures or our next vacation, instead of us going out for a date night, he'd rather hang out on the couch drinking his sleepy time tea with his mom.
Sorry, right? I'm just saying this straight up. I'm dumping them, right? I'm being you know what? You want to sit on the sofa and watch Corrie with your mother instead of, being with me? I'm okay. I don't want to get into this throuple. I'm not competing with your mother who gets to sleep with your man. What? What is this? Imagine, if you are a bit of an insecure person, you worry about your boyfriend going to a nightclub or something like that because you might have been cheated on in the past, but you also have to worry when he's with his mother because you don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, because this looks creepy from the offset.
It's a great system.
Right, Kim? Kelly. Oh, Kelly.
You can see on Kelly's face, the mother, she kind of gets off on, winding Kim up. She said, right, Kim, as if Kim, He's mine, remember? You're just a third piece, love. Right, just saying. Right, oh, since we're talking about it. Oh, look at the third piece over there. There'll be another one in a couple of weeks, don't worry, love. But realistically, from Kim's point of view, straight away, you can tell that she kind of, I don't think she feels worthless, but she definitely doesn't feel like she's that wanted in this weird throuple relationship that's going on, which obviously would just make you not feel special at all and would make you question your relationship and whether you should be in it at all. Now, Kelly, the mother, does go on to explain why she is so close to Matt and why they have the relationship they have. When Matt was a baby, he was really sick and Kelly didn't believe that he was actually going to make it. She thought that, he might have died obviously young, which from her perspective, obviously she's going to feel like extra cautious and extra protective over him, but I still don't think that gives you an excuse to, ruin every relationship that he's got just because you want him for yourself.
In life, there's a hierarchy, and I'm right up top. Right, Matt?
Bro, this woman, I'm not trying to be nasty, but she's a monster. She's a monster-in-law, not a mother-in-law, a monster-in-law. There's a hierarchy, and I'm at the top. Really, love? If anything, this just looks like some sort of weird Eiffel Tower going on, and I'm not going in them waters right now. You're not catching me out, love. Some sort of weird inbreeding Eiffel Tower. It's the worst type of Eiffel Tower, right? Just stick with the one in Paris. Even her look here, she just looks like she wants blood. She looks like she's toying with Kim, like Kim's her food or something. The show then jumps to Matt dyeing his mother's hair, and you can see the look on Kim's face. She's so uncomfortable.
I just think that Kelly can do this on her own.
She can't see up here.
I think a lot of women just use like the mirror.
We don't have a son like Matthew.
I think, most women use the mirror, Kelly, like the three that you've got in front of you. Surely that's enough, love. It's her little responses, though, like, oh yeah, but not everybody's got a son like Matthew. Yeah, very true, love. Not many people do have a son that they fancy and, the son possibly fancies them back. Now, later in this entire series, we are going to get a lot deeper and understand why, these relationships kind of form in the first place. Because you're probably looking so far at these two and thinking this is just such like an abnormal situation, but it's actually not, and it's a lot more common than what you actually think. Now, after Matt dyes Kelly's hair, the trio then take themselves to the nail salon to get some sort of pedicure.
Yes, Matt and I'll sit here.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
Okay.
What, she's sitting in the middle? Are you joking me? Like, really? What are you doing, love? I wonder if, now they're living with Kelly, they've got to, keep the door open when they're in the bedroom together. Like, how far does this go? Why is the mother acting like these two are some teenagers? Why are you sitting in the middle? Oh, you just want to control everything? Are you like a ball-playing midfielder or something, love? I feel really bad for Kim, though, because she seems like a really nice person, and I'm not calling her a pushover because this is a really sensitive kind of issue, especially when you're the one in the relationship. But I do wish that she had someone on her side that could stand up to Kelly, because she's too nice. She's letting her get away with too much here, just because she wants to keep the peace, I guess.
I'm gonna get the cucumber.
I'll get that one too.
We can't all get the cucumber.
You do lemon.
I'll do lemon. All right, love. Right, I'll do lemon, despite wanting the cuke. Okay, love. Right, and you sit in the middle as, yeah. Isn't this the best day ever? I love this day. Honestly, Kim, if you're watching this, I don't know what's going to happen towards the end of this, but run. Just run now. Get yourself out of this. You deserve so much better, queen. You're a queen, Kim. This is not the service for a queen, is it? Now, when the couple are out, they're talking about their living situation. And obviously, Matt and Kim need a house to live in, and house prices are extortionate in America at the moment. So Kelly suggested that the couple should just renovate the garage that is on Kelly's land, and then they've got a house there which is a lot cheaper, and also Kelly's a lot closer. By the way, this is literally in her garden.
For you and I as a couple,
A lot of people your age don't get a home built.
I genuinely appreciate that, in
doesn't
itself.
sound like it.
But that's her manipulating her. She's basically saying, you should be really happy that I'm giving you this opportunity. So it's not really like Kelly's doing this for the goodness of her heart. She's doing this to kind of get another thing over Kim. Another, control thing. You're not doing this because you want to help them. You're doing this because you know that it feeds into your and your son's relationship and tearing Kim down. Kelly, I can see right through you, man. You're transparent, love. If you were an image, you'd be a PNG. Terrible crack, that. Now, that is bad. God. Don't worry, guys. I'll just warming up. I'll get better later on.
Babes,
But there's
and you
no
don't want
point.
that.
There's no point in doing that when we can literally just be on the same property.
There's no point, because then when me and mother need to, cuddle, I'm going to have to get in the car. I'd rather just walk to her house. It makes perfect sense doing it this way, love. Why do you not want my mother and me to sleep together? Ooh, toxic. Oh, gonna have to rethink this relationship, love. Honestly, Kim, shame on you. And the more we learn about the dynamic between the couple and Kelly, the more we kind of see that Kelly talks a little too out of turn, especially with stuff that should be private within the couple.
Like, is Valentine's Day even gonna be like just me and you?
No.
What do you think Kim and I need to do about Valentine's Day?
Spend it as far apart as possible. Why don't you go to Europe? Why don't you eat cucumber and Kim just sits in a bath of lemons? Why would you ask your mother, what do you think me and Kim should do on Valentine's Day, knowing fine well she doesn't like Kim? That's like asking Winston Churchill, what should I buy Hitler for his birthday party? It's just not gonna happen. Don't even know why I said that name. This video's demonetized now.
I think you need to spice it up.
Because I go down the hall sometimes and I don't hear anything.
I think she might be right about what we need.
I know. Trust me, if anyone... I know. Why does your mother know that you and your partner aren't sleeping together? How did she find that information out? Clearly, you two have been speaking about that when Kim is not there. Now, again, I don't have that sort of relationship with my mother. I don't know if that is a normal thing. If it is, apologies. But I just can't imagine, after sleeping with Chloe, going to my mum and going, by the way, like, we've just, like, slept together. That was meant that probably was in the top 3 entire time sleeping with Chloe. Like, I wouldn't even feel comfortable saying that to anyone. Never mind me, mother. What? Why does your mother know about your sex life? Sorry, I'm so animated today. This is weird. How would you genuinely feel if your mother-in-law said that to you? Let me know in the comments. I'm so baffled here. Now, regarding the Valentine's Day present that Matt wants to get Kim, obviously he's decided to go out with his mother to find this present. And you won't believe what happens with the gift that he decides to get Kim.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's certainly spicy.
There is some intimacy.
Sorry. You can't take your mother shopping for spicy lingerie that you want your partner to wear while used to her, Sorry, I don't know what happened there, guys. That wasn't me at the wheel there. I don't know who that was. Christ almighty. Oh, man, what was that? Sorry about that. Like, he's holding it up and going, do you think that she will look good when we are doing it, wearing this? Do you think this will turn me on, Mom? Obviously, you know best, Whew, okay.
Well, my son wants to get something beautiful for his girlfriend with a little bit of razzle-dazzle.
Look at her face! Look at her face! Sorry. And you are his mother? Look at their faces. They're like, oh my God, this is wild.
If I ask my mom her opinion, I'm going to get a for sure guarantee of a good response.
I do like the cheetah.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
I tell you what, why don't you put them on, Mom? Okay? And then I can decide, obviously. Because of how much I fancy you. I don't know how I would feel if one of my friends was doing this. I feel like you would get the piss taken out of you, and rightly so. It's great that you've got a great relationship with your mother and you feel close, but there has to be a line, in my opinion. Because where is the line? Then there's no line. Surely there just has to be something in the sand, just so we know where we all stand here and what's too much. Because I fear this is.
This one might be better.
It's spicy, so I don't think we'll have any problems.
I don't think we'll have any problems. Yeah, I think my son will. I'm 90% sure that he will be able to ejaculate to this. Yes, if you're asking.
I could see me wearing that too.
Yeah, I can too. So let's get 2 of them, one for her, and then we'll get Kim this as well.
Sorry, I feel like my jaw has just been on the floor for the first part of this video. Apologies, guys. I will pick it up eventually. Wait, so you've got a 2-for-1 deal on a sexy kind of lingerie, like, throw-over thing for your partner? Great. And your mother? Not so great. You just know that Kelly's going to wear this later on in the series when Kim's got hers on. You just know she's going to do this to get one up on her again. Like, that's just weird. It is. Like, why are you seeing something that you find your partner sexual in and you're also buying that for your mother? It's weird. It's strange. Okay? Someone needs to see it. I stood up when other men wouldn't, and I'm proud for that.
I mean, I'm not a therapist or psychologist, but that's gonna be an issue, I think.
Yeah. No, love, I agree with you. You know, you don't get paid enough for this. We apologise on behalf of the donut community. Now, after purchasing 2-for-1 on the robes and also the other outfit, Matt then tells his mother that he's planning on proposing to Kim, and her reaction obviously isn't the best.
What are the next steps?
It would be an engagement.
I think we could think about it.
Sorry, love. Can we just... We? Who is we? You're not in this. You have zero jurisdiction here. You haven't got a badge. Get out. We? I think we can think about this. Have you thought this through? I think we need a debrief without Kim to talk about if she's going to get engaged. As a mother, I believe that you should just be happy that your son's getting engaged. If his partner was awful, which Kim is not, but if the partner was awful, then I think you can be like, okay, are you sure? Like, you know, they don't treat you very well. But Kim does. She should have no say whatsoever.
You know, Kim found a ring at Tiffany's that she likes.
How big is this ring?
It's a little over a carat, so smaller than yours. Don't worry. I think
She's evil. By the end of this series, I will be very shocked if Kim has not been murdered by her or Kim hasn't murdered her. There's going to be a murder, I just don't know which side of the fence I sit on right now. I definitely do think that Kelly has some sort of weird ego as well, like even down to the wedding ring, you know, just being a smaller carat percentage than hers. She like smiled at it, like she couldn't contain her excitement that she's got another one up on Kim.
As long as your son is happy, you will be happy.
He has 2 women to please.
But the number one is gonna be his wife now.
I love that the saleswoman is like all of us in this situation, genuinely just telling her to her face that she's being a knob. I do think under this facade that Kelly has, this kind of front that she puts on this character, she will be very insecure inside, and this is why she kind of needs the love of her son. Obviously, her son is always going to love her, but the way that it is now is just too far. You know what? I feel like we need to meet another couple because these are just stressing me out. Now, if you thought that trio was bad, you have seen nothing yet. We now get introduced to our second couple, Shakib and Emily. Now, these two have been dating for 3 years, so you would definitely call their relationship serious.
I hope that one day we can start a family of our own. Realistically, I gotta face the facts. His whole life revolves around his mother.
No! Not another one! How did they find all of these people?
By the way, the scout for I Love a Mama's Boy must be incredible. Like, how do you even scout for this? Do you just kind of, I don't know, just walk around Nando's and just try and hear people's, you know, conversations on the tables and go, ooh, do you want to come on a show, love? You seem like you've got a bit of an issue. Not just the thighs that are hot and spicy over here, see? Now, Shakib's mum is called Layla, and she is arguably a lot worse than Kelly somehow. Straight away, we see how she babies Shakib so much despite him being a full-grown adult.
I made it with all my love. Enjoy it.
This is really, really good.
Sorry, did she just do the choo-choo train to a fully grown man? Choo-choo, Shakib, come on. There we go, yeah. Emily couldn't feed you like this, could you?
As a child, my mom always like was baiting me.
I miss those days.
You still get to relive it every month, I mean, but just by shaving my back.
Did she just say, I miss those days? Yeah, you know. I ask every single day if I can do it again, but he always refuses. Or Emily does. Why would you want to bath your son today? Like, again, it's just strange. Why'd you want to see your son's naked body? Like, these two are clearly very close, and Emily obviously has an issue with this. We then get to hear Layla's opinion on Emily, and trust me, this probably won't shock you.
Emily did it one day.
Let me shave. I don't want to talk to you about Emily.
Wow, you gotta give her a chance.
No.
That was like he just said Voldemort in, you know, the Harry Potter universe, and they're like, don't talk about thy that shall not be named. He who shall not be named, don't say his name. Why can't he even speak about her?
We're different, 2 different cultures. Remember that, son.
Layla says that she doesn't like that Emily is not from the same culture as her and Shakib. And because of this, Shakib actually kept his relationship with Emily away from his mother for like the first year. He didn't tell her about Emily just because she wasn't from his culture.
A Muslim man should marry a Muslim woman. He deserved a good wife.
All right.
The wife that I choose.
Now, obviously, I understand this is a different culture, which I am not a part of. And, you know, I want to be very respectful towards this. Clearly, she's been brought up with this her whole life. And this is why she wants to carry it with her son. And I totally do get that. And I do think it makes their relationship and dynamic and Emily's dynamic with Shakib a lot deeper than what it possibly is with Kelly and Kim. As Kelly just despises, you know, obviously her son being with anybody. But Shakib does go on to say that he has had an arranged marriage before that was set up by his mother, and it didn't work out for him. He was very miserable with it. He also points to the fact that around the time that he was set up with this woman, his mother had breast cancer, and he wanted to just make her feel happy. You know, he did it for her, basically.
The main reason why our marriage didn't work out, our personalities are totally different.
No girl ever been as good. You cannot replace her.
I didn't realise she was sitting right there, though. Sir. Like, that is fine, again, to say that, but I do feel like she's just being disrespectful to Emily. Like, she could say, Emily is a really nice girl, you know, she's amazing, but I would prefer if my son would be with someone from my culture. But she doesn't. The way she says it when Emily is there is disrespecting her, in my opinion. Look at Emily's face as well. She looks like she wants to slap her.
I want him to be happy, and I know he's not going to be happy with you.
It's like this constantly.
See, the dynamic here seems a lot more serious and a lot more like hateful. I feel like with Kelly, she gets off on kind of, you know, winding people up. I genuinely feel like Layla hates Emily. Now, obviously, we've seen at the time of filming, it's around Valentine's Day, and Shakib is telling Emily what he has planned for this special day.
Rock climbing.
Just us two, right?
Yeah, that and also a special guest. Huh? You do know my mom's gonna come.
Sorry, you can't say special guest and then say your mother's coming. You can't build me hopes up like that. Like if Chloe said to me, oh, we're gonna go rock climbing and there's a special guest coming, I'd be like, no way, you've got Bear Grylls. What? You can't say your mother, even though, you know, it would be great if Chloe's mother would come. Now I'm in a pickle.
Fuck! What are you doing with Shakib?
One thing I do want to make you aware of, as well as we're going to see later in this season, you know, these women aren't single. They all have their partners. They're with the father of their children. So it's not like they would be alone on Valentine's Day. They're doing this just because they can't let their son be with someone else, which makes it so much worse again, in my opinion.
We are gonna go dinner later on.
Okay, but not with your mom. It's for lovers, not for mothers. Rock climbing and
No, Emily, you've got this all wrong. I was thinking my mom could be like the bridge between us. She could, like, you know, stir up some more conversation. If the conversation goes dead, like my mom can come in and talk about some sexy. It's going to be amazing, okay? It's going to be amazing. Just trust me on this one. One thing I am seeing from a lot of these guys is I don't know if they just don't have a backbone or if they've just always grew up in an environment where they've been manipulated by their mothers. So they think this is completely normal. And when they meet a partner who obviously hasn't grown up in this environment, they like reiterate to them that, look, you're being manipulated here. This isn't a normal relationship to have with your mother. You're allowed time apart. But from their perspectives, they've never, you know, been able to do this. Again, I am giving them a bit more sympathy than what they deserve, but I am trying to offer like a perspective from their point of view rather than just clowning on them 24/7, which I am gonna continue doing. But there's a reason these adults are doing this. They're not stupid. There's a reason why these adults are acting this way. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what is that reason? Why can't they see that this is ridiculous?
one or the other.
It's your chance.
No!
Layla?
Hi.
She was just waiting out the door.
What are you doing here?
Bro, sorry, that was like some WWE type shit. What? That was like when The Undertaker came back to fight Kane. We all know what happened there, don't we? She just appeared like nowhere. She was like... I love doing stuff like that because it means Justin has to work overtime on the editing side of things, guys. So maybe I should just do stuff like that all the time. Would you like a free case of wine for Valentine's Day? Whether you're spending it alone or with your partner, I think that's a yes. Nothing says I love you more than an expertly curated case of wine. And Miramore, Wine 52 have you covered. Wine 52 are offering you a free case of 3 wines directly from Italy's most romantic wine region, Piemonte. It even sounds posh, man. All you need to do is go to www.wine52.com/calmwine to get a free case, yes, free case of wine. All you need to do is pay the postage. And then 3 unique wines are at your doorstep. We've worked with Wine 52 a lot on this channel. I love the products, like genuinely, me and Chloe have these every single time we get it. Also the snacks as well. I absolutely love the snacks. They're stuff I would never buy, but when I get them, I'm like, I want more of these. Send me more. Now, if you didn't already know, Wine 52 are on the hunt for the best wine wines in the entire world and share them with their community that they have with Wine 52. Now, they work exclusively with independent producers of the wine, so this means the boxes of wine you will receive you won't be able to get anywhere else because they're so unique, especially with them being from Piemonte, which is the region that gives you the best wine. Now, included in this box that you will receive is the vibrant Cantina Tre Soccoli. Offering freshness and depth, its soft tannins makes it the perfect date night wine, pairing perfectly with any classic spaghetti dish or pizza. That sounds good to me. Alright. By the way, you do have a choice if you want a mixed case of wine or just white or just red. That's entirely up to you. Also included in the case, obviously, is the snacks, but also the Gluck magazine. Now, if you haven't seen this before, this basically teaches you everything you need to know about the wines every single time I get them. I end up reading it and it's become like a little bit of a side hobby for me, weirdly. Like, I just get intrigued by things, like learning new things, and this Gluck magazine easily gets you like inducted into the wine world. I sound so posh right now. Now, if you are unsatisfied after receiving all of this, you can pause or just stop the service at any time. So remember, that is www.wine52.com/calmwine to claim your free case of wine today. Just cover the postage and they're all yours. wine52.com/calmwine. Get yourself sorted.
So Emily's invited? Of course you're invited. You're number one as always.
Of course.
Don't say that in front of her! No, you're not!
Valentine's Day is about love between mother and son.
Let me check that again. Oh, you're wrong. What person on Valentine's Day goes, love, what, you think me and you, because we're married, we're going to go out for a meal? Sorry, love, it's about the love with me and me mother. Did you bring us in this world? No, you didn't. Bye-bye. Talk to the handler. Sorry, this is not what it's about. Fair enough if your son's single and he wants to join, you and your partner. Why don't you want to spend it with your partner, Layla? Surely you'd want to spend it with your husband, no? You can spend every other day with your son. Sorry, why is my voice so high?
Mom
Are
likes
we
every
always in a picture?
Anytime except Valentine's Day.
No, anytime means cover everything.
She genuinely is like Thanos. I don't know if we can defeat her, Emily. She's even got the Infinity Stones on her jacket. Look, how are we meant to defeat her? And yes, I am saying we. Emily needs all the help she can get here. The trio then arrive at the rock climbing place on Valentine's Day, and this entire scenario is so much more awkward than you could possibly have imagined.
Good job, Emily. She's doing it to impress you.
I don't care.
Do it for mama.
If she really wanted to impress me, she would fall without any safety netting. And that would make me happy, Shakib. You can see Shakib is trying to build a relationship between the both of them, but it's just failing miserably. Emily says again when Layla's climbing the wall, can we please just have us two at the Valentine's Day dinner?
I'm trying to explain to you that you shouldn't want her there. That's the whole point. On Valentine's Day, you should want me there. It's about me.
I do really get this from Emily's perspective. She doesn't want Shakib to be tell your mother you can't come because I don't want her to come. I want you to not want your mother to come. Emily wants to feel wanted. She wants to feel like Shakib's special person, but she's not getting that. Some people might think this is Emily trying to make Shakib choose between, her and his mother, but I don't see it this way because at the minute, Emily's not getting chosen at all for anything. Now, towards the end of this rock climbing session, Shakib finally tells his mother that she can't come.
We spent majority of the day here, right?
Yes.
I think now is only fair if I go with her tonight. My mom, she'd probably kill me. She might kill me.
Why? Because you said you want to spend Valentine's Day at a restaurant alone with your partner? Why would she kill you for this? Now, in episode 2, we do get to see the reaction to what Shakib just said to Layla there. But before we see that, we still have some more couples to meet. Mike and Stephanie are our third couple. Now, they've been together for 2 years, again, another serious relationship. And their monster-in-law is Liz. Now, Liz, I don't think is as bad as the previous two that we've met. Bearing in mind, we've still got one more mother-in-law to meet after Liz. She still is very toxic, and I think you would be very annoyed if she was your mother-in-law. I just feel like she babies Mike, but not to the extent to what Layla babies Shakib.
When my friends see pictures of Michael and they're drooling, I'm proud. And he does look good, and he works so hard to make himself look this good. I don't mind sharing it.
Okay. Maybe I lied. Yeah, when my friends are drooling, when I show them a photo of my son and they're like, oh my God, I want to shag him, I'm like, yeah, you do. Who wouldn't? Have you seen my son? Yeah, bit weird. Again, like, obviously you can recognise, I guess, that your son, you know, is handsome. You know, you created them. I think that's fair. But to be like, oh, my friends are drooling over him because obviously they find him, you know, sexually attractive. Muddy waters, right? And I'm not wearing wellies. I think I'm gonna sink.
Once I started modelling, she started making sure I was eating healthy. My momager, she likes to call it. And she looks out for me every step of the way.
Sorry, if my mom was coming over to my apartment and, like, you know, being really anal about what I was eating and like throwing away, like, I don't know, chocolate or whatever, I would never invite her again. I would change my address and not let her know where I've moved to. Nobody's taken my Aldi Oaties off me, thank you very much, with the chocolate on top and the little... Oh, I tell you what, my mouth's drooling right now. And this is exactly what happens, by the way. Whenever Liz is visiting Mike and Stephanie, they have to hide all the junk food, otherwise she will actually throw it out despite it being their apartment. And she brings all of her cooked meals for the week for her son, and whenever like Stephanie talks about what she's cooked that week, Liz almost like gives her like a side eye, almost that she's not good enough, and also like she's not making, you know, nutritious meals for her son and his modelling career. Very strange behaviour. Now again, there is a deeper reasoning why this might be happening, as we find out that Mike's dad, Liz's partner, actually died due to diabetes as he was severely obese. So you can obviously see a connection and how this has probably, you know, left a lasting scar on Liz, and how she probably is just extra cautious about food and sugar levels. I can totally understand that from her point of view, but also there does need to be, you know, like again, a line drawn and what everybody is comfortable with.
I do want him to be careful with Stephanie, whether she is the right one for him or not. I'm not sure.
How are we doing over here?
We're doing good.
Wait, I think she's teaching Stephanie how to make sandwiches. Like, I remember doing this in year 7, genuinely. I don't know if this is just a unique experience, but in year 7 at school, in my first cooking class, they taught us how to make a sandwich, genuinely. And some people in the class were baffled. Like, oh my God, this is how you make a sandwich? I'm like, does nobody know how to make a sandwich? We're like 12 and 13. Have you never put cheese in bread before? Genuinely, that was the full hour session. I knew then that my dreams of being a Michelin star chef were probably on the ropes at that point. Now also in this dynamic there is a lot of microaggressions, such as whenever they go out together, Stephanie is the one that sits in the back seat and not by choice a lot of the time.
So I figured for her birthday, we're gonna do a little bit of shopping.
You're really not gonna tell us where we're going?
Actually, I think it'll be a good surprise coming from him.
Sorry, this is also her birthday and she's sitting in the back seat. That's lovely, you know. It's just like being in an Uber, I guess. It's kind of posh, you know. Just pretend, love. Just put your music in. You know, rate us 5 stars, make sure you do.
You gonna dab me or what? No.
We gotta do our handshake. Oh.
There, dab, let go. You always pull.
I know, I always pull. I can't.
We'll work on that.
Sorry, if this was me, I'd have to be like in the back going, what we doing? What we doing? Whoa, what about that? Whoa, wait. Oh, that was sick. We'll have to, can we do that again? We'll do it again tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, mint. What? Oh my God, they've even got like a little handshake going on. Bearing in mind this is for Stephanie's birthday, surely, you know, the only people that should have the secret handshake is Stephanie and Mike. Now they're actually on the way to a jewellery shop as Mike is going to buy Stephanie some sort of jewellery for her birthday. Now whilst they're there, Steph is looking at the engagement rings, and while she's doing this, Liz is just constantly putting her down.
Well, are we continuing our shopping for birthday?
Yeah, listen, I love you. We'll be here. We'll be here soon.
Yes.
Come on, let's go.
If my mother was telling Chloe, like, oh, you can't look at the engagement rings, I'd be like, sorry, love. Sorry, is it your fingers going on, is it? Oh, sorry, I must have missed that. I must have. So Steph then decides to look at some earrings, and that doesn't go much better.
I could definitely use a new pair of earrings.
For $1,000 instead of $1,250.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Makes it a little bit easier.
Cool. Yeah, it's not that bad.
That's a little high. You might want to budget.
Like, if he's comfortable paying that amount for some earrings for his girlfriend, obviously it's a lot of money, but that's fine because he has said that she can get them. Like, why are you interjecting and almost kind of putting a damper on the day? Yes, it's expensive, but clearly, you know, he's took her to this shop. He knows the price of the things. Now, some people might be arguing that his mother is actually just trying to make Mike save money. However, just a little bit later, Mike actually buys something for his mother as well because it's Valentine's Day and she basically guilt-tripped him into it.
How much was this one?
$225.
$225?
Actually, that is beautiful. I have a good son.
Yeah, of course. I'm always gonna make sure you got the best.
Because then, haven't you just brought your mother along so she can get something? Is that the reason why she's came? Not because she wants to spend time with you? Like, look at them two hugging and Stephanie's by herself. Bearing in mind, this is her birthday day. Even the guy working there is like, mate, I don't think you're hugging the right woman right now. Are you okay? Do you need a little bit of, like, do you need ways? Have you lost your way? Oh my God. Bearing in mind, everything I've just shown you is from the first episode. We've got 7 more to get through. And still one couple and one monster-in-law to meet. Now, going into episode 2, I'm not convinced that all of these couples are going to be staying together by the end of this season. I just can't see how they do. But nevertheless, let's find out. So episode 2 begins where we left off with Shakib and Emily. Now, obviously, Shakib just told his mother Layla that she won't be coming to the evening meal on Valentine's Day.
Me and her on love. And after we're done, we'll go back home.
No, I don't want to hear it again.
How can you just respond? No, I don't want to hear that again. No, you're all right. Thanks for the offer. You're all right. It wasn't an offer, love. You're getting told you are. Sorry, I didn't realise I'd put a question mark on the end of that sentence, Mother.
I want him so badly to be with me, to have a good time. I don't want Emily to be with me because I don't like her.
See, I think she's just being mean to Emily. Like, she says she doesn't like Emily. It's not the fact that Emily is not from her culture. She just doesn't like her. Even the wording there saying, I want my son to always be with me. I want to have a good time with him. I definitely feel like she thinks Emily is replacing her, not adding to Shakib's life. Like, Shakib keeps telling her, look, I love you, but I also love Emily and I want Emily to be a part of my life.
Who do you love the most?
What do you mean?
I mean, who do you love the most? Emily or me?
You, of course.
How old are you? Who do you love the most? Sorry, love. Are we in primary school or something? What, we all just going to play block art or like play kissy round the tree or something? I tell you what, should we all do handstands and see who's really good? Who do you love the most? Why? Like, it's a different kind of love. Why would that even be a question? It's a different kind of love. Like, the way he loves you is not the way that he loves his wife. Hopefully. I mean, I don't know what's off the table here. But from Shakib's perspective, like, he's grown up with his mother like this, so his normality is how his mother acts. So it's very hard for him to realise that his mother's actually being really toxic here. Again, I know he's an adult, but a lot of people watching this won't have grown up in this environment, so you can't really like understand how his perspective has been made so narrow by his mother, because from birth he's been manipulated by his mother that she has to be the most important thing in his life and he can't see a world without that not being a reality. Again, he's an adult and he should be able to make his own decisions and educate himself on this not being correct, but I can understand why he's struggling a little bit with it.
Did you talk to her?
Chalk.
Did you talk to her?
Ma.
She's not even looking.
Ma, we're gonna go to dinner, okay?
Go, Shakib, have a fun. 3, 2, 1. Go, Shakib.
Go, Shakib. Hope you don't fall. I'll not be here. Just saying. Okay, Shakib. Now, for the first time in the show, we actually see Emily and Layla have a conversation when Shakib isn't there, and very clearly, you know, they despise each other.
I don't like the way that you came to the public, show your body. You pretend that you're a good girl. I can see everything. That's not right.
So she doesn't like that Emily is wore revealing clothing. Like, I mean, I'm not the revealing clothing police, but I don't believe she is really wearing that much revealing clothing. And if she wanted to, it's her body, you know? She can wear what she wants, as long as, you know, it's appropriate for rock climbing and knowing that there's kids about. If you're coming naked, then okay, fair enough, Layla, you've got a point.
You're not right for my son. Please, leave my son alone. It's so horrible. Please leave me alone.
What is wrong with your mom?
Stop fighting. Just stop.
She just walked off set. Also, how much does she really care for her son when she walks off set, knowing that her son is like halfway up a rock climbing wall now and could fall to his death? Not really. But you know, as a mother, your motherly instinct would be to protect your son. It just shows that she is very selfish and she's not actually doing this for Shakib, she's doing this for herself. Now, luckily, Shakib and Emily do end up going to their evening Valentine's dinner together without the mother. And Emily, throughout this date, again, is trying to get Shakib to understand why, Shakib should want to be here with just Emily and not with Layla.
You're judging me because I'm close to my mom?
I'm not not saying being close to your mom is a bad thing. I'm just saying you need to focus on our relationship more.
Even that from Shakib, you can see that he's got a lot of his mother's tendencies because he kind of, manipulates Emily and kind of, shuts her off straight away. Instantly, he's just defensive, and it's probably because he's heard this a lot from, people he's dated. But in reality, if he just responded with, like, okay, why do you think that? Okay, like, why? How is this making you feel? Okay, like, what actions am I doing specifically that's making you feel this way? And just understanding why Emily feels this way, rather than just shutting her off because it hurts your feelings. Emily then kind of gives Shakib one of his first ultimatums and says, look, like, if you want this relationship to work, you need to move out of your mother's house because she has a latch on you right now that I can't seem to break.
Shakib, listen.
What happened to your leg?
Is she okay?
Oh, just stay there. I'll come. She hurt her leg, that's it.
I'm sure she'll live. The one time he spent away from her. Oh, Shakib, is that you? Oh, love, I've banged me toe. I don't think I've got many hours left. Shakib, you'll have to come, son. Oh, it's throbbing. It's so pink. It looks like a squashy right now. I'm not going to survive, Shakib. Fuck off, Mad Layla. Fuck off. Let him live. Please. His reaction, I guess, is nice that he cares for his mother and he senses she's in danger, and obviously he's discussed that she's had breast cancer before, so he probably is on edge whenever his mother has like a health scare or something like that. But as you're going to see later in this series, his mother, and I hate to say this, but uses her health conditions to her advantage when it comes to keeping Shakib near her. I know that's a horrific thing to say, but you're going to see what I mean. Now after this, we do get introduced to our fourth and final couple and monster-in-law. The couple consists of Jason and Justina, and I think they've been together the longest out of all the couples. They've been together for 5 years, and they also have a 2-year-old daughter, so they're the only couple to actually have kids. Now, on the surface, they seem like a great, normal couple, like they have a really good connection. Straight away, you don't think that they would be on this show, but then they go to their mother's house, and you're like, oh, okay, I see why you are.
Jason, it's Mummy!
Sorry, that was too far. That was too far. I didn't mean to scream, love. It just caught us off guard, you see. Right? Just give us a warning next time. Like, oh, I'm about to pop up.
And I've been with him for over 29 years. Do you want to count time in the womb?
No, you're all right, love. If you're asking, no, we'll not. We'll just say 29, not 29 and 9 months, that's fine. Thanks, Annette, but no thanks. Now, the relationship between Annette and Jason is very strange and clearly makes Justina uncomfortable, like it makes all of the wives and partners in this uncomfortable.
When I first met him, he was trying to warn me, like, hey, my mom's in my life, so I hope you're okay with it. I don't want to scare you off.
Yeah, already, that's a red flag. Like, why would that be a bad thing? Oh, yeah, don't mean to, scare you off or anything, but my mom is in my life. I'd be like, oh, should I be worried about that? Yeah, we sleep together from time to time. It's a little thing we got going on. You see, we're not like all the other boys and girls. What am I saying?
We go out to dinner, just the two of us. Sit in the booth, hold hands. We go line dancing, right?
Okay, out of all of the trios we've seen so far, these two actually look like a couple. Like, Jason and Annette look like they could be the same age. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I didn't know they were on this show and they were actually on Wife Swap or something, I wouldn't blink an eyelid, which is a bit odd.
I talk to my mother every single day.
They're always communicating.
Even that, speaking every single day, I guess that's a nice thing. As long as it's not making your partner feel uncomfortable, which it clearly is here.
I still help groom him. I want him to be the best man he can be. And you'll be doing this for me when I'm 80.
I don't think we will, love. We'll pay someone to do it, right? No chance I'm trimming any hairs off any holes that you've got, love, that you can't reach anymore. I'm all right, actually. Now, Annette's reasoning for being so close to Jason, she says it's because Jason's dad worked away a lot when, he was younger, and them two spent a lot of time together, just them, so this is the reason she feels extra attached to him.
Oh yeah, my brother's definitely the favorite for my mom. We all know it. It's fine. I'm okay with it. They have a very close relationship.
But this is cruel on Paige, his sister. On my Reacts channel, if you haven't already, please subscribe to it. We have done a lot of videos on mothers who hate their daughters and will put their sons above their daughters because it's almost like they're in competition with their daughters and they put their sons on a pedestal because they almost fancy them. And this is exactly what we're seeing here. Paige has even admitted that, her mother doesn't really bother with her as much as she does with Jason. And that's really cruel and horrible because that'll just make you feel so unwanted wanted. So if she treats her own daughter like this, how is she going to treat Jason's partner? Probably even worse.
Very close, like creepy close. I have my own ideas where Jason doesn't sometimes.
Even the sister says they're creepy close. That's the person that I want to hear the opinion of. That's the opinion I trust. Now, the entire storyline in this series with Justina and Jason is them planning their wedding and trying to make it the most special day for them two. But Annette keeps butting in and just is trying to put things that she wants in the wedding, and she kind of makes it all about her. And you're going to see how bad she is later in this series regarding the wedding. Even when Annette first finds out that they're talking about the wedding, like, her reaction is a little bit off as well.
I'm at our wedding.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I reserve a venue?
Let me have a little bit of a think about that, love. No, you f***ing can't. Why would you reserve a venue without us seeing it? Are you getting married? Sorry, no.
I would really like to do that and know that it's like locked down.
Nah.
Nah.
Why not let us help you with it?
There's nothing for you to help with yet.
She's too overbearing. You can see on Jason's dad's face that he's like, oh, God, you're on your own here, fella.
Can I just say, I already saw some really cool venues for Vegas. Let's make it happen, please.
I mean, they didn't confirm that it was going to be in Vegas, though, love. Whilst they're all eating their tea, Annette is just peppering the couple with, like, loads of questions and saying that she can sort everything. And from the perspective of, like, helpful, I guess she will be really helpful. And I imagine she's a great grandmother. She'd always want to, like, look after the grandchildren. But again, I've said this with all the couples, there has to be a line. And at the end of the day, Annette isn't the main character of this wedding. She's not even the second or third. The child's probably the third. Maybe, I don't know. And it is really annoying that nobody is standing up to these women and being like, look, you are being too much right now. Obviously, a lot of the time it is the son's job and it's not like, you know, their partner's job to do it. But none of these sons seem to want to, like, upset their mothers for some reason. I'm unsure why, but it seems like they're scared of them. And there's one awkward moment during this chat when Annette brings up tuxedo shopping.
What if we went and looked at tuxes?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just you and me, or?
No, let's all go.
Why would you and just him go? Like, it's not your wedding. Love, why wouldn't the bride see what everyone's going to wear? Why wouldn't the bride set the own theme of a wedding? Surely, like, if anybody should have a say in the vibe of their wedding, I think it should be the bride, you know? Call me old-fashioned. I just like it that way, personally. We're not treating this like it's a mystery box off the internet, like we just pay 50 quid and, you know, anything could happen. By the way, that's a great idea for a business. You know, like the mystery holiday where you pay like a certain amount and you can go to, like, I don't know, like Disneyland, or you can go to Berwick. They should do that for weddings. How incredible would that be? Probably not that great. Great TV show concept, though. Anyway, moving on. After this, the show cuts to the three of them going tuxedo shopping, and I really wish that Annette wasn't there because this is the most painful experience I've ever had to watch. Also, on the way there, why is Justina in the back? Surely this has got to be a production thing from the producers that all of the partners have to sit in the back. No chance that this is real.
I want him to get something really edgy, really bright, because that's his personality, and he's gonna just really shine.
I'm not trying to throw any shade towards Jason, but I wouldn't really describe him as edgy or bright. You know, I don't like, not in like an intelligence way, but I just don't think he dresses very bright. And I don't think he dresses edgy. I think he's quite the opposite. He seems quite reserved.
I want to see you in like very simple, very classy, because I want to...
Her face! Look at her face!
Rustic.
Rustic? That's not gonna happen on my watch. No.
But you're not standing at the altar, love. So in reality, nobody gives a crap what you think. And when they actually get to the shop, Annette is just taking over the control, and Justina, you can tell she's such a nice person, but she's just letting Annette, like, walk all over her. And I guess it's not really for her to say. Like, Jason should be saying, look, ma'am, step back. This is for us two, not you.
It's not really common for a groom to bring his mom in. Usually his fiance comes in.
All right.
So let's try that one.
Oh, bloody hell, man. Oh, where? Oh, where? Like, you look like you're going to tell me a riddle, and then if I get it right, I get to go through the next door, the next portal. You know, you look like a non-playable character in a video game.
Yes.
No! No!
I don't think that's gonna like.
Oh my gosh. Turn to the side and
Go
look.
with our
Look at
theme.
yourself from the side. Oh my gosh.
Even there, Annette like talks over Justina. As soon as she realizes Justina isn't feeling it, she kind of overpowers her so that her opinion is kind of invalidated.
It's not gonna match anything that we have going on in our
Well,
wedding.
you're gonna wear a white wedding dress.
Yeah, and
so
then
anything
our
will
girls
go
are
with
gonna
that.
be beige.
Are you thick? Sorry, love. You're wearing a white wedding dress, so you don't really get a say in this. What other colour is she meant to wear? Like, what? You can't just say just because she's wearing white that he can wear whatever he wants. Like, yes, he can wear what he wants on his wedding, but this doesn't seem like what he wants to wear. It seems like what you want him to wear. Like, Justina's keep trying to get her point across, like, this is the one I want you to wear, but she just keeps getting shut down again and again. And at one point, because Jason isn't sticking up for her, the shopkeeper actually says something.
So I definitely do love this blue that he's gonna try on.
It looks old. Really? Yes.
Your wedding pictures, if he's wearing red and everyone else is wearing a different color, it might not look right.
I'm not really caring that much about those. I'm thinking you're gonna be in white.
Love! Sorry, but just fuck off! Go! Please, before somebody hurts you. I'm not really bothered about that. Are you not, love? Why does she keep answering like it's her wedding? Eventually, Justina manages to get Jason to try on the suit that she wants him to wear, but Annette isn't feeling it again.
It looks good.
I like that.
I feel it's like what you wear to work every day.
How do you feel?
Yeah.
I feel it is a little bit more businessy,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
I definitely think he feels more comfortable upsetting Justina than he feels upsetting his mother. And that is a huge worry. I feel like we need to leave them right here because these are starting to piss me off. We'll come back. Don't worry, we'll circle back, guys. I don't like where they're heading. Episode 2 then closes with us getting an update from Matt and Kim. The first couple we got introduced to with the nightmare that is Kelly and the lingerie. Now, obviously, we left them when they were buying the lingerie, and this is where we see the reveal of it.
When did you get these?
Earlier.
What do you mean? You were with your mom? You guys went together to this place?
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal.
Honestly, every single time that I go in on summers when I'm like with Chloe, I feel the most awkward ever. I think I've said this on the channel before, but I literally just go on my phone like this, just because I'm like, oh, I want like lasses to look at us and go, oh, what a weirdo, what's he doing? Like looking at girls' underwear, even though I'm with my girlfriend. I just feel really awkward. I couldn't imagine going in there with my mother. Genuinely, like, if someone wanted to torture me, that's what they'd say to you, like, going on summers with your mother. I just wouldn't be able to do that. Genuinely, I feel like I would faint. It would be too much.
This is gorgeous.
Oh, that looks familiar.
I'm excited to show it off.
I know Mom wanted to finish some of the TV we were watching last night.
You're gonna go watch TV with your mom right now?
Sorry, this can't be real. Like, he's bought his girlfriend some sexy lingerie. She's like, do you want to go to bed? He's like, oh, I'm watching an episode of, Tipping Point with me mother. I've got to watch the end. I've got to see if they win the money. What? Why would you rather sit on the sofa with your mother than shag your girlfriend? Am I insane here? I feel like I am. I feel like I'm the only sane person here. If she walks in with it on.
Intimacy's like gone down so much, babe, because we can't.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay.
Again, he's just shutting her down.
So I'm literally put right in between the middle of both of them, and someone's gonna end up getting hurt.
You've got to stand up for yourself, fella. You've got to stand up for your girlfriend. I can't believe that this woman is with you. Genuinely, I don't know what she sees in you. You might be a nice guy, but the way you're treating her is genuinely terrible.
Sure, she's waiting.
Hello.
Oh my god.
No! No!
I'm ready for.
Oh my god! Just so you know, guys, like, I leave some of these clips to react to for the first time. Like, I don't know what's going to happen a lot of the time through these videos as I'm going through. I just know the general structure. I am so shocked seeing her wear that. I thought she would just have it. And then she'd be like, oh, by the way, I've got the same one. She's came in wearing it, knowing that he was given the gift on that day. Honestly, Kelly is evil because with Layla, she's kind of evil, but I don't know if she knows she's evil. I think she's just evil to her core. Kelly is very, very subconsciously knows that she's evil. She likes being evil. She thrives off being evil. Evil is scared of her. Honestly, she would stare at evil right in its eyes and she would win a staring contest. She would not blink. This woman is made of different gravy, man.
Isn't it cute?
On me!
I think sometimes it's fun to mess around with Kim. I'm sure that maybe at times she's jealous.
See, that's our first time of seeing Kelly admit that she likes doing this. You know? She almost likes winding Kim up more than she probably does spending time with her son. She likes the fact that spending time with her son winds Kim up. This woman would be an awful friend. Like, she's the type of friend that would, like, speak behind your back, talk shit about you, like, but be nice to your face. She's awful. Genuinely, she's awful. You know, in these videos, Donuts, I am very, like, empathetic to people. When people are purposely ruining people's lives, there's no need to be empathetic to them. They're just knobs. Like, after this, Kim actually leaves by herself to go to bed, whilst both Matt and Kelly sit downstairs, watch telly, have wine, and talk about their days. Like, how bad is this? Why can't Kim be involved as well? And while she's upstairs, Matt and Kelly are also talking about the possible engagement that is coming. Which, by the way, if they do get engaged by the end of the season, I don't think I would be more shocked at anything else I'll ever hear in my life.
No, you do need my help.
I think we will in the start, but I think eventually we'll be...
I just think she doesn't want to admit it.
Again, I think we're getting a little bit of, like, what's behind the mask with Kelly here. I think she's very insecure and she wants to feel wanted and she wants to feel important and she wants people to be envious of her. And the first sign of her not being wanted, you see her almost, like, pulling a little bit. Before, she's kind of constructed this environment where her son always follows her. Now her son isn't following her. She's having to be a little bit more defensive and actually claw him back a bit.
Kim needs to be more domesticated. She does not cook. I'm going to get one of those bells.
Ring the bell.
Yeah.
Ring the dinner bell.
Actually, Matt, you're just being a knob as well because you're laughing at a joke that is to your partner's expense. She's literally taking the piss out of your partner to your face and you're laughing along. She's not laughing with you, she's laughing at you and your partner. We're at the end of episode 2 and I can't think how this is gonna get worse, but oh boy it does. Did I just say oh boy? Oh boy it does. Now moving on to episode 3, we begin this by catching up at the restaurant with Shakib and Emily when they were on their Valentine's Day date, and we just see Emily alone in the restaurant by herself.
Last time on my birthday, his mom called and she just really wanted him to leave dinner. Shakib did, and she ended up being fine.
I'm just saying, Layla, you will pay for your crimes, love. The culture thing, obviously I'm with you, but this is just disregarding this person as a woman in its entirety. She's not even treating Emily like a person, man. The fact that Shakib would, like, not even finish his meal as well. He just got up straight away. Like, he didn't even say, oh, like, after, like, I finish my food, I'll come over after we're finished at the restaurant. You deserve better, Emily. Okay. Shakib says his reasoning for leaving Emily, again, is because his mother had breast cancer in the past, and obviously that has left a lasting kind of trauma on him. So he does feel like he needs to be extra cautious when she isn't feeling the best. Like I've said, it is very sinister to say, but Layla keeps using this against Shakib.
My knee's hurting.
Your
I'm
knee?
in pain. Yeah, my
Oh,
knee right here.
your knee.
You're so late.
Oh yeah, love, you look like you're on the edge of death there. God, is that a knee? That doesn't look like a knee, love. Have you seen it? It looks like a war wound, man. Are you sure you haven't got trench foot to your knee? The first case in human history. Me knees hurting, man. Oh, well, love. Oh, is it clicking a bit? We all get that. I think we do, right? I said we there, I meant we, right? We all have clicky knees, or am I just dying?
I ditched the dinner. A little early, I understood. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're not. I thought you, like, fell down the
Did you
stairs.
miss me?
Huh?
Did you miss me? I
course.
wasn't there.
I saw you, like, 2 hours ago. Why would I miss you? I mean, I love you. But I didn't miss you. I see you every minute of the day, love. This is very clearly just a competition thing here. What we're seeing is a mother really trying to kind of show her place in the hierarchy and kind of show to Emily that Emily comes beneath her no matter what the occasion is, even if it is Valentine's Day or even her birthday, like Emily said. Genuinely, how would you, like, cope if your partner had a mother like this? Like, say you loved your partner so much you wanted to be with them more than anything and you had to put up with this. How would you cope with it? Let me know in the comments. Now, I do want to say Layla gets so much worse later on in this series. We haven't seen anything yet. Now, obviously, Shakib felt very guilty for leaving Emily at the restaurant, so he takes her out shopping as a way to kind of grovel back to her.
So is your mom okay in general?
Yeah, she was okay. She just had a little bit of pain in her leg, but she was fine. She was fine.
fires. I feel like Shakib constantly is just putting out fires. That's his entire life. And it's his doing, to be fair. Like, he's putting himself in this position a lot of the time. But it's almost like there's a burning building here and a burning building here. He puts out a little bit of the flames there, then there, then there. But the fires are always raging. And he's not really helping anyone, and he's getting tired in the process. Sooner or later, he's going to have to pick one. And by the end of this series, I'm really unsure who he's going to pick. Because if I had to say now, I would say his mother.
She's been sabotaging the relationship.
My mom has this thing on me. Like, you know, if she's sad, if she's alone by herself, and then I'm over here doing things like that.
Now, I actually think that's one of the most sincere moments from Shakib in this entire series so far. You've got to remember that he has been like a victim of this manipulation since birth. So the way that his brain is wired is to always thinking about his mother before even himself. Like, even if he's doing something that he finds happiness in, he will feel that guilt because his mother made him feel that guilt from a young age. So it's very easy for us to say, just like, stop going to your mother. But it's almost like, you know, if someone keeps going back to someone that cheats on them and you're like, what are you doing? It's because there's that trauma bond, that like emotional grip that is so hard to kind of get away from, especially when you're the one in that position. It's easy to give someone advice and be like, stop going back to that person. But when you're the person in it, it's so much harder because emotions are involved and you're not thinking logically. Now imagine that, but from birth. That's what Shakib's dealing with now. And I don't want to take the responsibility away from him because he is an adult and he should be making his own choices here and he should know right from wrong. But what I'm saying is he's not really playing on the same playing field as what a lot of other people would be. After this, Shakib then says to Emily, look, I want to build a bridge between you and my mother. I think that if you come to my mother's birthday party and bring her a really nice gift, then she'll start to be on board with you. However, I actually think that's the opposite of what Layla would want. Like, imagine from Layla's point of view, Shakib has brought, you know, the worst woman on the planet in her eyes to a birthday. That would ruin it and make her hate Emily more. Shakib, please just stop trying to save this. It shouldn't be Emily who is the one trying to build a bridge here.
I feel like these gold hoops are classic and simple.
That's exactly what Mom wants. That's impressive. Holy cow. Yeah, this will definitely make her happy.
I'm not confident, guys. I'm really not confident. Whatever you get her, she's not going to be happy, so I think you should just get her some earrings that say Emily. You know, I think you will get the same reaction regardless, but at least you get a little bit of a kick out of it that way. They then arrive at Layla's house for her birthday party, and there is Layla's husband, Shakib's father, and two of the neighbours as well, so it's very intimate. But Emily hasn't arrived yet. She will be arriving later, and the vibe before she gets there seems really nice. They seem happy.
Yes, I can go hug. Yeah, big wish.
Big wish.
You know my wishes.
Uh-oh.
I was about to say, I wish that Emily was dead, but then I was like, that's a little bit serious, but then I went and said it anyway. So what does that make me? Not a very nice person. I wish that Emily would fall down a well so that she wouldn't be dead, but she would be stuck there. So all she could think about was my face. That's what I want for my birthday, Shakib. And just on cue, right after this, Emily does arrive.
Hey, look who's here.
Hey.
Hi.
Wow, Emily.
Happy birthday to my mom.
I didn't expect her.
Happy birthday. I got you a gift. Something small.
It's not moving! Why is it not moving? Oh my god, no! Guys, I can't do this. I'm sorry. I know I don't usually shout in videos a lot. This is too much. You're asking too much of me. Why is it so silent? Even her husband is looking at her like, come on, love. Right? Like, there's no need to be like this. She's acting like Emily has killed her entire bloodline before her. See, if this was me, genuinely, like, I think I would feel awkward, but I would just laugh. I would be like, it is hilarious how this woman just hates me. Like, even my presence just makes her turn into a monster.
It's your day. I wanted to celebrate with you.
Mom, what are you doing?
Thank you.
You're not going to open it?
Not now.
Could be anything, Shakib, right? Could be a bomb. Right? Would you open a bomb? Would you?
I don't need a gift.
No, I really wanted
You shouldn't be here anyway. It's my birthday.
No, I invited her.
I think Layla might be one of, and in a nice way, I think she might be one of the worst people that's ever existed. I know that is a big statement because there's been some fuckers that have been, you know, circulating this earth. I think Layla is up there. You know, I'm just happy she doesn't have much, like, world power because I fear that we would all be dead. She's so cruel to this lovely woman.
I don't know why she came. If I know it before, I never ever celebrate my birthday.
I mean, that's a bit far, isn't it, love? You know, if you knew Emily was coming, then you would have just skipped your birthday that year a little bit. I think it's just a bit embarrassing at this point. You know, if anything, that's just kudos to Emily. Like, she has the power to make you skip your birthday just by being there.
When I'm talking to Lila, I feel like I'm talking to my worst enemy. I mean, she doesn't make eye contact. I want her to see me as she keeps future wife.
Yeah, genuinely, this actually is like Voldemort and Harry Potter, you know? Emily's Harry Potter, the innocent one that just wants to kind of live. And Layla is Voldemort, the one that is just constantly wishing on their death. Now let's just park the bus with Emily and Shakib there, because that was very intense. The next people we do catch up with is Mike, Stephanie, and their mother Liz. We see them in a restaurant, and Stephanie is really worried about what she's going to order, because of course Liz is very kind of health conscious about what the couple eat.
Can I have the blackened salmon?
Okay, with the spinach? And you having a chicken parm?
No, actually, he's gonna not have that. He'll have the same thing as me.
What is wrong with these women? I've got a question. What's wrong with them? If I was in a restaurant and my mum tapped me on the shoulder and went, no, you'll have the same as me, I'd be like, I'm fucking not, love. Huh? You think I'm having bloody lasagna as well? You've got another thing coming, haven't you?
I want the chicken parm sandwich.
You have the fried zucchini, so what do you want?
What are my options? What's the salmon?
The salmon, all right, she's doing...
What are my options? What, do you want me to read the menu back to front to you? What, do you think I've memorised it? Do you think I go home every single night and memorise every single character of this menu? I always do feel sorry for, like, you know, the people in this show that aren't actually a part of the families, because they have no idea to the extent of what is going on here.
Do you want the black and you want grilled? Black and spicy. Grilled is just, you know...
I'll do the spicy.
Sorry, that's a Nick. Your mum orders for you when you're in a restaurant when you're more than capable to order for yourself. That's a Nick. Now already this meal is pretty frosty, and it gets even more frosty when Stephanie starts to tell Liz about her birthday plans. Now Stephanie and Mike are going skiing for it, and Liz is really concerned about this. She says like they must wear their helmets at all time and just like be extra safe. And at this point I don't actually think it's that much deep. I do think she's just being a mother and just being kind of scared there, because obviously you can get injured skiing. But still, it shows that overprotective nature she has on Mike, that Mike can't really escape even being an adult. And after this, towards the end of the meal, the topic of Stephanie's family gets brought up as Liz asks about them, and Stephanie talks about how one of her family members has just got engaged, and she makes a little joke that her engagement ring's going to be bigger when she gets engaged to Mike, and Liz is really not happy with this.
I think Michael will discuss this with me before he even does it, so we can weigh the pros and the cons if she's the right one for him.
Weigh up the pros and cons with your mother. Get a life, son. Look at his face. To be fair, I feel like Michael is one of the only lads in this show that knows that his mother's a little bit too much. The rest of them just kind of side with her over everything. Mike is the only one that does take Stephanie's side at least once, which is more than the others. Like, imagine being Stephanie, finding out that your future potential husband wrote a pros and cons list about you with his mother, and there was a lot of cons. You would be so annoyed. Like, just discuss that with me if you want, right? If you want to do like a PowerPoint on the best things and worst things about marrying me, I would like to be there, just so I can say my piece. On that note, let's move on to Jason and Justina. In this episode, we find out a little bit more about what Jason does for work, and for his work, it requires him to move around a lot of the time. Like, he's lived in a lot of different states, and he's recently got a job opportunity to earn more money away from home, and obviously Justina is really happy about this, because it means that Jason and Annette aren't going to be, side by side every single day. But they are really kind of worried about telling Annette this, because Annette is like so used to having a baby boy next to her. So I am very worried to see her reaction to this, but I am so happy that Justina is going to get her man back if it does actually happen, because when we see them next, it's just Jason and Annette getting like a couple spar together.
We have never had a mother and son come in together before.
For me to see that, it was unique.
It was unique. That means it was harrowing. Say what you feel, love. Say what you see, will you? I don't actually know if this is that bad. Like, I definitely wouldn't do it with my mother, but I wouldn't go to a spa anyway, because someone touching my feet just kind of feels wrong to me. It isn't wrong, but to me, it just makes us feel uncomfortable. I don't like getting my feet out in general, guys. That's just a little personality trait of mine, little quirk. Now, because this is a relaxed setting, Jason does decide to bring up the fact that he could be moving away from Annette, and this is how she feels about it.
And it's just, I have to do what I have to do.
And I get that, but it's just, you don't know in my heart how hard that sounds to have you guys go away.
Yes, but this isn't about you. This is about him, making a better life for his family. He wouldn't move away from you if he didn't feel like, it would really, aid his family life and make his quality of life better. So it is so strange to see that Annette, someone that has brought this man into the world, still puts herself and her own feelings before his. Yes, you can feel sad that your son's moving away. Of course you can. That is like a very normal feeling. But to instantly put a downer on everything and just kind of think how you're feeling, it's so selfish.
Mine and Dad's joy to spoil you guys and just be there. A lot of people don't have parents hanging around like that.
But again, that is very emotionally manipulative, saying, not many people have parents like us. Are you sure you want to, move away? You're very lucky. Because he's not saying that he's not lucky. He really does appreciate you, but he is allowed to follow his own dreams and do his own thing and live his own life. He doesn't need to aid your life.
If you move away, how do we help you? How do we know if you're struggling?
You do just ring or you call, and if you want to send them money or send them anything, you can still do that. You don't need to see them in person.
Just don't make a decision without me. I'm really nervous you're just gonna call me one day and be like, guess what? We're moving to Idaho.
But you're not in this family, this little family. You're not in it. Like, you are in his family, but you're not in his home. Like, his kid and his wife, they're the people who make the decision. You just have to deal with it, unfortunately. You're not his partner. You don't get a say in if he moves away or not, because you're not in his everyday life. I think Annette might be one of the most frustrating people in the entire show, because with Kelly and Matt and Kim, like, Kelly knows that she's pissing Kim off. Liz is just a little bit overbearing, and she just kind of, babies her son too much. And obviously Layla is evil, and we've come to know that she, can be evil. But Annette just kind of gets under my skin. She gives me, like, Madame Umbridge vibes. Do you know what I mean? Where you look at them and you just start to get, like, annoyed, and, you start to kind of, everything starts to flare up.
If you can make it happen where you're just gonna travel, Justina and Taylor will be by us.
That's 4 days a week I'm gone.
But why would you want them to be?
But there's no but there. The but is that you don't feel like the main character. So you would rather feel like the main character in their life rather than him seeing his daughter every single day. Do you not hear yourself? Like, genuinely? I would be like, Mom, what are you going on about, man?
I need to support my family.
I know, it's just really heartbreaking to think about that.
Wait, it's heartbreaking for him to think about supporting his family? Is that heartbreaking? Is that not a great thing? Should you not be proud that your son is trying to better himself to give his family a better life than possibly what you were able to give him? Such a weird mentality. I understand from her point of view, she probably is sad that she's not going to see her granddaughter as much, and, she is going to be really kind of upset about that. But she's not even seeing any of this from his point of view, and that's the most important thing here. And that's making out that Jason is basically doing this just to hurt her.
Seriously, I cry when you guys leave to just go home an hour away.
That's why it kills me to have this conversation with you.
It'd be really interesting to hear your thoughts on Annette in the comments, Donuts, because obviously she's crying here, and it's not nice to see someone upset, because clearly she feels very passionate towards Jason and their family. She really wants to be near them, which is an amazing thing, but I also think she is very toxic with it, and I think it's almost like she's almost like a cyst on their family to an extent. Like, she's so emotionally taxing, and it's going to be so tiring just keeping her happy every single day. I couldn't put up with it, me personally. It would just be too much.
Well, if you tell them no, maybe they'll want to keep you and think of something else.
It's up to them what they want to do.
No, I am not going to let that happen.
What, are you going to walk into his office to his manager and be like, "Excuse me, my son is not moving because I love him very much. Give him a raise now for absolutely no more work. Not on my watch, he's not moving, he's not, you bloody fiends." We then go into episode 4 with Mike and Liz playing basketball with each other, and Liz is kind of airing her concerns about Stephanie in general and how Mike is rushing into this and he might not be making the right decision proposing to Stephanie. And her main kind of reasoning for why she thinks he's rushing into it is that she had 2 marriages and they both went wrong. But again, that's you putting trauma onto your son. Those were your decisions. I'm a totally different person, and I feel like I trust my judgment judgment if someone is right for me. And if they're not, that's fine, but you don't get to have a say in this. And when Mike goes back to the apartment and sees Stephanie, Stephanie's quite upset because she's saying that she doesn't think Liz likes her. And Mike says to Stephanie that it's basically her fault because she's pretending to be someone she's not around Liz, like she won't be herself. But again, from Stephanie's point of view, like if you're uncomfortable in a room with someone who you know doesn't seem to like you, who needs to like you in a case like this, you are going to put on a best version of yourself that probably isn't the person that you are when you're around your friends, because you almost feel like, I don't know if it's the fact that you feel like you'll get hurt more if they don't like the actual you, or you feel like the actual you isn't good enough, or you feel like you're not good enough for that person, if that makes sense. So she puts on this wall, so even if Liz doesn't like this person she's portraying, at least it's not her actual personality. Again, I might be deep in that too much, but I feel like I have been in that scenario, and I felt the exact same as Stephanie. Now moving on, we didn't actually get an update in episode 3 from Matt, Kim and Kelly, which was quite nice to have a little bit of respite from that couple and mother. But we do see them now as Matt is preparing a meal for Kim, obviously with the help of his mother.
This will be the first full meal I've cooked ever. I've never needed to cook on my own. I mean, I've always had dinner with Mom.
Like ever? Like, aren't you like 30 years old? Like, you've never cooked a meal? Like, you've never even put something in the oven? Like, ever? That's not normal, is it? I don't think that is normal. Like, obviously, you know, people do live at home and they're still in their 30s and that's completely normal. But I do think they at least know how to make something like, I guess, beans on toast. Or just something. You know, even just toast. You've never, ever, ever cooked a meal for yourself in your life. I find that amazing to believe. Surely. I wonder if that is a subconscious tactic that Kelly has always kind of, you know, put upon Matt, so that Matt always feels like he needs her to stay alive, because if he doesn't have her, how is he meant to eat? It's also interesting to note, like earlier in this series, Kelly was very adamant that Kim wasn't good enough for her son because Kim didn't cook, but her son doesn't cook. So then is that a little bit of like misogyny there? You know, because there's different standards there. Like, how can you expect Kim to be the best chef when your son can't even cook one meal?
Are you cooking for me?
Yes.
And Mom's helping with ironing.
Yeah, Mom's ironing over there. She's doing.
Didn't even see you over there. Oh, thanks, Cal.
You're welcome. Did you pour me a little bit of Pinot?
Okay, can you fuck off? Sorry, mind me language. Mind me bloody language, potty mouth. Can you not like iron in any other room? Like, have you seen your back garden? It looks like Narnia, man. Surely there's another room that you can iron in while we eat as a couple and talk about couple things without you. They then start talking about the house that they're building in Kelly's back garden.
What are you looking to get out of the house? Like, I know we talked about like an open concept.
And a spare bedroom for Kelly.
Why would you need a spare bedroom in their house in the garden when your house is in the vicinity? Why would you need a bedroom in their house? You've got a full house here with multiple bedrooms. I know it is your back garden, and I guess, you know, you do get a say in what the house like looks like and has to it because it adds to the value of your property. But do you really need your own bedroom in it? Just stay in your own house. What's the point in building this house if you're gonna sleep in it? If that was the case, we'd just sleep in your house. Oof, I'm so animated in this one.
I would rather have a workout space for you and I.
Well, you guys can go to the gym, Kim.
We do go to a gym too.
Matt, you're a fanny. You just pander to your mother so much. You pander to your mother so much, and you always put your wife second best. How is that going to make her feel? I say wife, they're not even married. How is that going to make your partner feel?
Would it be your home?
Those are details that can be hammered out later.
I feel like it's a pretty simple question.
Go on, Kim.
Dave, do you want to chime in like at all?
I agree with both of you. I think you guys are both right.
Please. Matt, just for once, please just like agree with just your partner with Kim. This is a fair question. Like, Kim is asking, wait, is this house going to be in our name or is it in your name? Now, obviously, Kelly's avoiding this question because she knows it's going to be in her name because she has to have control. But I do think she wants to start the building of the house so that it's almost too late for Kim to back out when she does say, look, my name's going on it. But Matt is so used to just giving his mother his own way that to keep the peace, he's just saying, yeah, I agree with you both. So that really makes him and Kim go no further forward straightforward, and it means that he's not actually agreeing with Kim whatsoever. Like, when they're sitting down and eating, Kelly is not giving Kim an answer, and Matt really just isn't backing her up whatsoever. I feel so sorry for Kim, and I definitely feel like if anyone in this show needs to leave someone, Kim needs to leave Matt. Because at least with the other couples, there's a connection between the two. I don't see a connection between Kim and Matt whatsoever. Now, from one nightmare mother to another, we then catch up with Layla and Shakib and Emily. And the show takes us back to Layla's birthday party where we last seen them.
Open the gift, Ma.
Do I have to do it?
Yes.
No, you don't have to.
Just let her open.
But I just want to talk to her.
I love their reaction. Do I have to open the present? As if it's like a Bush Tucker trial. You know, you can't back out at any time, love. Right, you're doing great. You're doing great, all right? You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it, love, if you don't want to do it. You can't say I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. But you're doing great, love. You're doing great.
When you're around me, I feel like I'm exhausted. I feel negative energy.
I'm so sorry, guys.
He's the one that came in ruling my birthday. I'm so sorry.
I mean, you both love Shakib.
Layla just doesn't care about awkwardness. Like, the fact she's trying to embarrass Emily in front of people she doesn't even know is another telltale of her exact character. And it's a constant theme with all the mothers in this show that they put themselves above the happiness of their children. Like, their children's happiness is not their main priority. As long as they're happy, then they just expect their children to be happy.
You want to take Shakib away from me?
That is not true.
Yes, that is true. You love me more than her.
Yeah, well, no, it's different.
Yeah, of course, different.
He said, he said yes! I heard a yes. He went, yeah, no, yeah, it's different, you know? He said yes. By the way, Emily is the most respectful person ever. Like, the fact that she doesn't raise her voice, she doesn't, like, shout at her, she doesn't let her get under her skin, like, in terms of, you know, being aggressive or anything. Like, I have so much respect for Emily. And I also like that she stands her ground and she doesn't just agree with Layla.
If you love me, you gotta show respect,
I am the one that
if you love me, you gotta show...
Go on, Shakib.
She's not the way she is.
Because I care about your son.
Sorry, how is Shakib's dad, like, staying silent in this and not being like, look, like, Layla, I think you are going a bit far here. Like, at least be respectful. It's fine if you don't like her, but you can at least, like, just be respectful to her. Just be civil for Shakib's sake. I need to know what happens off camera, because the reaction that Layla gives to Emily, it's almost like Emily, as soon as the cameras are off, just digs her in the belly. You know, the cameras are off, fuck off, Layla. Frickin'. Every time. Like, there isn't a day that goes by that this doesn't happen. That's the only valid way that I would be like, you know what, Layla, fair enough, love. She's evil.
This is the woman that I actually love.
Go your own way.
She's trying her best.
Go on, Shakib.
You want her to go away? I'm gonna go away with her.
No, you can't.
I'm gonna go away with her.
If you leave the house, I'm gonna go die.
Well, that's a little bit morbid, isn't it, love? If you leave the house, I'm gonna go die. Like what, you're gonna unalive yourself because I left the house with my girlfriend? Little bit dramatic, love. Should get you on a Broadway play. You'd be great. I'm gonna go die. Like, even like a facial expression there, she genuinely looks like she's got a migraine because Emily's... Like, every time Emily comes, she's gonna have to bring some Eurofens with her just so that, you know, Layla can be in her presence without feeling a little bit, you know, lightheaded.
No.
Yeah.
Please stop. I have a lot of respect for you as a husband.
Okay.
Don't do that.
I do think that's very interesting there. That clearly shows us the dynamic that Shakib's dad isn't allowed his own opinion and he's not allowed to disagree with Layla, otherwise he gets shot down. Layla is a dictator in this family.
I like her, but I don't care about any religion or culture as long as he's happy with my son and then take care of my son and my son take care of...
Well, why didn't you say that to Layla? That is like the perfect thing that a father or even a parent should say. That exact phrase, you couldn't have summed it up better. As long as my son's happy and this person treats my son right and my son treats them right, then I don't really have a say in it. And that is exactly how this all should be. How can we have such a logical person with such a non-logical, emotional, like, absolute travesty? I've got no idea. Am I being too harsh here? I feel like I'm just mimicking Layla's energy back to her. Someone's got to do it. Now, after this, Shakib actually does leave with Emily, and Layla, you know, luckily doesn't go die, and the neighbours also very quickly follow them out the door. Being the neighbours in that situation must have been so awkward. It's like just being at a mate's house when they're getting told off and you decide to, like, just read the magazine that's on the table. Oh yeah, really, beige furniture's really in this year, isn't it? Oh, well, it was in 2023, you know? Now, as they're leaving, Layla actually sends her husband out to go and fetch Shakib.
I was about to drive off.
I'm gonna die when you leave. You want me to die?
You're not gonna die.
I'm so sick right now. She's ruling my birthday.
This is so manipulative. Like, even the way that she's going, Like, you were fine before, love. You were bloody cutting cake and everything, saying how much you loved everyone being here. And now you're gonna die. That's a quick downfall. Ooh, Layla fell off very quickly, didn't she? It's just a lot more harrowing when you remember that obviously Layla has had breast cancer, which is awful, and she knows that Shakib feels very sensitive to this and her health in general. So she uses this as a superpower to kind of get one over Emily. It's so cruel to Shakib. This son that she says she loves so much, she's actually destroying his life.
No, I'm not going anywhere. That's not happening while I'm dating Shakib and I'm happy with him.
Yeah, Ma, I'm gonna be with her, whether you like her or you don't.
One thing I really do rate about today is this is the first time we've seen Shakib like side totally with Emily. Obviously we do see Mike kind of rolling his eyes at Liz, but very rarely does he actually kind of like go against his mother. Shakib is the only man here that is starting to show some development and actually side with his partner who should be higher in the hierarchy.
I'm listening. I'm
You
here.
taking Shakib away from me?
Let's go.
Oh, she's piped up.
Mama gonna die.
Why is she talking like that?
You're paid.
Is she saying I'm fake?
No, she said pig, love. Arguably worse, you know. I'd rather be fake than a pig. At least I'm still a human, you know. Mama gonna die. You can't say that, man. What about the husband? Surely the husband should know about this. Should he get the life insurance sorted? I guarantee that Emily and Shakib won't be together by the end of this series. If they are, I will be very shocked. But if Emily does split up with Shakib, at least she's always got a story to tell people about how horrific this one relationship was.
Lila is acting like a complete lunatic, calling me a pig. The only way this relationship is gonna work is if he just moves out of this house.
That is very true. Also, I have never seen telly like this before. This is blockbuster television. This is bringing reality TV back. This is incredible. This is so much better than like Love Island. Now, before we see the aftermath of what goes on there, we do actually catch up with Jason and Justina and Annette, obviously. Don't forget about her. Now, they're all at a dance class rehearsing for the wedding that obviously they're planning. And obviously the best dance at a wedding is the first dance, and Justin and Justina are kind of, you know, practicing that while Annette watches from afar.
Oh, I love that. We have to have something special, my son and I.
Do we? Sorry. Oh, yeah, that's the thing I look forward to, you know, at a wedding. The groom and the mother dance. Count me in. I'll have a fast track seat to the front row, thank you very much. Gotta see this one. Honestly, I think if Annette could, she would try and get Jason to do like a Magic Mike dance on her. I know that sounds awful, but I do think she has got the kind of minerals to ask for that.
Hey, while they're taking a break,
Yes?
you know, there's the mother-groom dance.
Have you thought about what you guys are going to do yet for the mother-son dance?
Good question. You see, it is the first of its kind.
I was thinking the tango.
Typically, the tango is a very passionate dance.
No, sorry, I just got a shiver down my spine again. Bro, look at that. Can you see that? That's goosebumps. That's what they are right now. She wants to sleep with her own son. Out of any dance, you would do the Argentine tango. Out of any dance. Can we not just sit down and drink a tango and talk about how much we love each other? That's less invasive. By the way, I imagine this is how the Beckhams' wedding looked like, right? With Victoria Beckham and Brooklyn Beckham. This is exactly what this must have been.
T-A-N-G-O. Good job. N-T-A-N-G-O. And
look at the sister's face. Jason's sister is so funny because she's a part of this family, but she is like, I don't want to say she's like smarter than Jason, she probably is, but she's been able to bypass the emotional manipulation. I know that she's not the favourite child, but that's probably because she can see through her mother, and she can see that her mother's kind of full of crap a lot of the time. And I love that for her, because a lot of kids don't actually get out of that toxic manipulation that their parents put within them, and she has been able to get out of it and actually see it from like a bird's eye view and realise that actually her mother isn't the person that you should really try and satisfy all the time. We then roll into episode 5 by catching up with Matt and Kim, who are with an architect and basically talking about what they're going to have their house in the back garden like. And they also talk about having a lot more of a private space away from Kelly's home and away from Kelly in general.
You don't like open concept?
I'd like to keep my options open.
I mean, I feel like the architect just like asked what we want, so...
Yeah, but we want to include Mom because this is part of Mom as well.
I just want to grab Matt and go, Matt, wake up! Are you okay? Do you know the movie Get Out, where like loads of people are under control of, you know, like the family and all of the weird people that come to this family's house? This is what I think is going on with Matt. Like, Matt seems like an alien who is being controlled by his mother. It's almost like he doesn't have his own brain.
And what about a guest room when I want to stay over?
You can't walk 20 feet back to the house?
I like options.
This is just such a control thing.
I'm paying for it, so that's the way it is. And Kim is just going to have to get used to it.
But then you're not doing them a nice thing. I know I've made this point before, but you building them a house isn't actually for them. It's for you so that you have more control. You're not doing this out the goodness of your heart. You're doing this because you know that it benefits you. I actually think that Kelly is as evil as Layla. I just think she's a lot more, like, smarter in the way she portrays it. She's a lot more sneaky with it. Whereas Layla is just, to your face, I don't like you. Not that that's a compliment to her.
Maybe grip rails, and for a wheelchair, instead of steps, we have a ramp.
I'm sorry, but if I was building my own home and I had to have grip rails in there, I would just be like, you know what, just kind of, I know you haven't built anything yet, but knock it all down. Actually, can you build a crater just so we can never build on this place? This is insane.
A good dog door to have in the house.
No, I don't want a doggy door. Have you seen Home Alone? The crook goes in the doggy door.
And it's that big?
No.
Well, then we'll just set up loads of traps. So, suck yours, Kelly. Maybe you can use the doggy door, Kelly. Maybe the doggy door wasn't for the Pomeranian. It was for you. It is also very interesting that she brings up Home Alone because I can't get this image out of my head. Kelly kind of looks like she would be the sister to Tim Curry, who is in Home Alone 2. He works at the hotel. Justin, please put us side by side. Are you telling me these two aren't related? Not a chance that they're not. Just quickly, if you haven't already, donuts, please press subscribe. It really, really helps us out. We're trying to get as many donuts on this channel as possible and build this community out. So if you do want to be a part of it, press the button. It's free. Would love to have you. Now, during this entire conversation, Matt is going back on his words. Like he said earlier to Kim that he would stand by her and her decisions for the house, yet he's completely folded under the pressure of his mother yet again.
That's what you're going to have to get ready for.
Do you think getting engaged and doing the home is
I think it's going to be like 11 on the stress scale.
I really wish, Kim, if you ever need backup with Kelly, bring me. Because I'm not in the family unit, right? I'm not emotionally involved in this. I can help you, okay? If you require my assistance, my number is... Okay, give me a ring and then we can go bar for bar with Kelly. She's sabotaging not only her son's life, but Kim's life as well, which is just so cruel. Like, this is Kim's dream to have her own home, but it's not really her dream at all because she's not in control of it.
Drawn out our own pictures of like layouts.
You've sketched some ideas already?
Mm-hmm.
Well, those would be good to have.
Would you like my lookbook too? Some sketches of mine?
No.
If Matt doesn't step up and tell his mom, I think it might cause a lot of stress on our relationship. You have to be able to stand up to your mom.
Kim, I've said it once, I'll say it again. Run. If by the end of this series you haven't got yourself out of this, love, I am going to try and help you do it. You deserve better, okay? Anyone deserves better than this. And after the architects leave, like, Kim and her son, Matt, they're talking about, like, how Kim doesn't really agree with Kelly on anything and vice versa. And Kelly's trying to make Matt kind of go behind Kim's back a little bit.
She's going to try to get you not to give me a key. So you're probably going to have to keep that under wraps.
So basically, you want him to start his engagement on a lie that you don't have a key to their home? Great stuff. That's really putting your son first, love. You know, you're a great mother, actually. I'm going to take back everything I've said in this video. Okay, I need to park the bus with them just for a second. If I told you, by the way, at one point later in this series, one of these couples is going to have a proposal, which one do you think it is right now? Because I can't seem to think. I don't know which one it is as well. Like, I haven't watched this far into the show. I honestly don't know if any of these are going to be together. The show then cuts to Shakib and Emily. Now, when we left them, they'd just left their mother's house. And obviously Layla, you know, was calling Emily a pig. Now, Shakib has actually been staying with Emily for quite a few days, just until the tensions kind of died down. And now he is going to see his mother again for the first time in a few days. And this gives Emily the opportunity to talk to her mother about everything that's just happened and everything in the relationship, really. And Emily's mother is actually really nice and really kind online, she says that if it was her choice, she would want Emily to be with a Korean doctor, you know, similar culture to what Emily is. However, she says that she just wants Emily to be happy. So, you know, it's not really her choice, it's Emily's choice in her life. And she also says that she really does like Shakib as well, but obviously the way that Emily's being treated at the moment isn't that great. However, I do take the kind comment back when Emily's mother actually says to Emily that she needs to lose weight. I was like, oh love, I was with you until that. What have you done? You've ruined yourself there. But just listening to the conversation when they actually get onto the topic of Layla is interesting.
It's like he can't love us both because, you know, he's in the middle.
Just break up.
No, I mean,
Just break up.
I mean, that's
She's got a point. See, this is someone that isn't emotionally involved in it, because if Emily asked for my advice, I would say the same thing. I'd be like, look, just break up, love. Like, if he's not choosing you 3 years into the relationship, he's probably never going to choose you over his mother. Yes, he's made little strides, but this isn't enough within a 3-year period, in my opinion. It shouldn't be like this. The show then cuts to Shakib seeing Layla for the first time since they had the huge argument.
I'm pretty scared about this situation.
It's like he's going to war.
I have a girl for Shakib. She's from my country, which is Afghanistan. She's Afghani girl. She's very smart. She's very polite.
I really want to hear what you think about this, Donuts, because obviously I don't want to be disrespectful to, you know, Layla's culture whatsoever. I just don't think she's really going about this the most empathetic way. Like, you know, she's had a couple of days to sit on how she acted and how rude she was to Emily, and she's given no apology, and she's just kind of doubling down on her own opinion, and she's not really seeing this from anyone's point of view but her own.
Ma, I experienced all this already. Going with another Afghan woman that you choose for me, I don't want to relive that nightmare.
You're gonna love her.
Like, does she not have ears? Like, she's not listening. You're not listening. It's not going in. Love, you can't use these if you're using that. All right, it's the first rule you learn in primary school, man. She would rather her son be absolutely miserable if it meant that, you know, she likes the girl, rather than Shakib be exceedingly happy, but she's just not that fond of her for no, you know, apparent reason apart from she's not from her culture. Because again, that would be totally fine, but all of the reasons she's saying that she doesn't like Emily is not that. It's calling her like the worst names ever, but based on nothing at all. Now, after this, Shakib and Layla actually agreed to have some lunch with Emily and offer like a chance for Emily and Layla to ask each other about each other and learn more and try and build something. Now, we know this isn't going to end well, so I am surprised they are, you know, even trying in the first place. But when Shakib goes to tell Emily this, Emily's kind of fed up and she's like, you know what, I'm kind of sick of this. She even tells Shakib what her own mother said to her.
She's telling me that she can find a really great Korean guy.
That's exactly what Emily's feeling, and I don't like that.
Yeah. No shit. So this is your kind of epiphany moment where you're like, wait, this is how Emily feels? Like, do you need it to happen to you for you to be able to see it from someone else's point of view? Really? Could you not have thought, oh, maybe it's like, you know, this dynamic and like my mom calling Emily a pig? Maybe Emily doesn't like that. Wait, maybe Emily is not happy. Like, obviously, mate. Finally, we've got a realization moment. Now, after this, Shakib and Emily actually head to the restaurant to meet Layla.
Is she already here?
Who's that?
She...
Okay, I'm going to stop this now because I am actually tired. But what? That's the woman that she wants Shakib to marry. She's brought her to the rest. Guys, I just can't do it. I tried, okay? People warned me about this show. They said, Cam, you won't conquer this show. I was like, I will. I've done worse than this. I haven't. I don't think I'm strong enough for this, guys. I don't think I can do this, okay? This woman is evil to a core. To a core.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Introduce Wajmajan.
Yes.
Who's that? Oh, that's Emily's replacement. Okay, since you're asking. Now, I am so intrigued to see what happens in this conversation, but we are actually going to catch up with a few more couples before we see this, as this is actually in the next episode. So stay tuned, guys, because honestly, that is going to be one of the wildest confrontations I've seen in reality TV. Now, this episode actually ends with us getting a short update on Jason and Justina. Now, they have ironed out a lot of things for their wedding. Obviously, Jason was going to wear that like horrible red blazer because his mother wanted him to. However, Justina said she can't see herself marrying Jason if he's wearing that. So they've come to quite a few compromises, and Jason is only going to wear that blazer in the mother and son dance that they're going to do. And for the rest of the wedding, for the photos and everything, he's actually going to wear something that fits the theme. Also, the couple have decided to not tell Annette the actual location, like the venue, in fear that she's going to ring up and cancel it and change it to somewhere else, which again is just a wild thing that you do have to keep from your mother-in-law because she will ruin everything. But then Jason does actually speak to his mother about some plans for the wedding.
She said she's not going to marry me in that red tux.
That's not very fair. But she gets to wear whatever she wants.
Yeah, well, it's white and it's a dress.
Yeah, I mean, she's hardly going to turn up to her wedding in, you know, jeans and a crop top, is she? Oh, but she gets to wear what she wants. What, a white dress? I mean, still, she has to follow a certain code, you know. Not like she can just come in a Juicy Couture tracksuit or something. So, as you can see, Annette isn't as pleased. And at this moment, we actually move into episode 6, and I'm not going to keep you waiting anymore. Let's have a look at that conversation from Shakib and Emily and Layla and the replacement. I'm so scared.
I'm not going anywhere. Do you know why? Because Shakib is on my side.
I'm sorry. No. You guys need to talk this out.
Yeah, like, this would be awful for, you know, the woman that Layla has brought as well, because she doesn't know what she's getting involved in. Like, she was probably told, oh, do you want to come to a restaurant and meet my son Shakib? Like, she probably didn't know that Shakib is 3 years deep into a relationship with someone who was also coming. Like, genuinely, I don't actually know how I would react in this situation if, like, Chloe's, you know, mom brought another guy and then I had to sit across from him and be like, oh, so you're the guy that, you know, she wants, yeah, to, you know, just to, yeah, okay. Well, so how do we sort this? Do we like fight? Do we like play each other on FIFA and whoever, like, how do we, something has to happen here. Or should we just let her choose? That's probably the best option. You know, Chloe, that is, not the mother. You know, this is just so, like, messed up. Everybody in this situation feels deeply uncomfortable but Layla. Layla is the only one thriving here. Honestly, Emily is a stronger woman than me.
I'm just completely shocked because I feel like I should not be there.
Yeah.
I wanted to meet
If Shakib doesn't like Washma, I'll go find another girl. I'm not gonna give up. Yeah, I'm not.
Am I too harsh in saying that I think that we should kind of lock Layla in a glass box and obviously keep feeding her and just make sure she's okay, but just so she can't go anywhere, you know? I know that's kind of, you know, against human rights, but I'm kind of fine with it if you are. That was the most painful thing I've ever seen. Now, after this, Layla keeps saying to Emily, I don't like you, I don't like you, so Emily and Shakib end up just leaving, and obviously this arranged restaurant thing to get to know each other was a drastic nightmare, as we thought it would be. And I just feel really sorry for Emily because we see her finally start to break down in tears. Like, she's been so strong throughout this entire series, but now it's just too overwhelming, as it would be for anybody.
Babe, I'm embarrassed. I don't know how.
You're embarrassed?
I have mixed emotions right now. I don't know what to
Okay,
think.
she's like planning your wedding already.
No.
Why would you have mixed emotions? I got mixed emotions right now. Like, obviously I'm really sad, but Wagma was really nice. Like, she was hot, okay? What do you mean you've got mixed emotions? This should be another sign that you should cut ties with your mother.
It's either me or your mother, and you're gonna choose.
I'm gonna make things right. Believe me when I say it. Don't threaten me. I never threaten you, okay?
Now, obviously, at this point, Emily is just at her wit's end. She's kind of just lost it. She's like, look, now you're choosing me or her. She's basically doing the same ultimatum that Layla is doing. And she's obviously very emotional. But I think after 3 years, she's just like, look, I just need an answer now because I don't want to waste any more of my time. And yes, she is kind of like, I guess, threatening Shakib. And it's not nice to see, but clearly she's exhausted all of her options here and she's finally putting herself first. I'm really hoping that Emily gets her mother with her when Layla is there so her mother can go at Layla and we can kind of see like the mother's actually having a little bit of like an argument so that Layla can't talk down to Emily. Now moving on, we then catch up again with Jason and Justina. And Justina is heading to the wedding dress shop so she can pick her wedding dress. She's got all her sisters with her and they are meeting Annette and Jason's sister there. And I do think this is really interesting because now she's got a little bit of backup because Justina is probably the one partner in this show that really doesn't combat Annette whatsoever. She's almost like, I wouldn't say she's scared of her, but she just doesn't seem to be like the confrontational type. She's just a really nice, quiet person. But her sisters are a lot more opinionated and a lot more bold, so I am hoping that they stand up for her. Now, what is interesting is before Justina and her sisters actually get to the wedding dress shop, Annette has got there bright and early so she can pick out some things she thinks are good. So annoying.
And the coat that Jason picked is red and has paisley on it, so when I'm looking at dresses, that's what I'm gonna have in mind.
But she doesn't want that! They've decided, you bloody a-hole. God, this woman is like a hernia. She just won't go away. It's really interesting that Paige is there also, Jason's sister, because she knows exactly what her mother's like and she instantly feels uncomfortable that her mother is doing this. She's almost like the voice of the audience. I guess she's like Jim in The Office a lot of the time. Now, when Justina and her sisters actually arrive at the wedding dress shop and see that they're already there, like the looks on their faces is hilarious.
Hey, bride. Already been looking at dresses for you.
Now, Steph does try on one of the dresses that Annette picked out whilst Annette talks with her sisters. And this is where we finally see somebody standing up for Steph in this.
Yeah.
Paisley print?
Yeah.
He's wearing that at his wedding?
Yeah, the red. Because especially if it's in Vegas.
Right.
I mean, that's going to look amazing.
But I don't think they're going for that.
You do what you want and what works for you.
Ah, there you go. Take that, love. Hold it. Hold it. The first one you've been dealt. Put in your bloody place. Oh, God, I used to pray for times like this. This is incredible. To see someone in this show stand up to that woman and tell her that her opinion isn't final. God, I'm I'm too invested in this show, aren't I? Am I being too much in this video, Donuts? Let me know. This is too much, right? Sorry, I really get invested in these sort of things. I need to kind of refrain myself, just stay calm, okay? Now, when Justina actually comes out to show the dress that Annette picked, she isn't really that happy with it because Justina wanted like a skin tight one, and as you can see, this one is like a ball gown.
What do you think? I don't know if I'm too much of a shimmer kind of girl.
A little soft.
Yeah, a little soft.
Too much texture.
Yeah.
I love when you see her face go, you're just like, just stop. Just shut up. You haven't spoke yet, but just shut up before you do.
It seems like it's a little princessy.
I feel like you should look like a princess.
Next.
Everyone has their version of what it feels like to be a princess, and this might not just be her version.
And I think
exactly.
Perfect. Let's go try something else then.
Okay.
I love Jason's sister because she's like, yeah, mom, like your opinion is terrible. Okay, like you can have your opinion, you know, everyone's entitled to it, but we're not taking it on board, and that is fine. Annette then tries to like almost grill Justina's sisters about more information about what's happening with like the venue or different things regarding the wedding, because obviously they're keeping things away from her for a reason.
We've been talking more like, what does it look like? And she doesn't want it to be traditional.
What does that mean, not traditional? Because we're very traditional.
No, you're not. You're not traditional at all. You're having a mother-son dance as the first dance at the wedding. What tradition is in that? Your son's wearing a red sparkly blazer. You're having the wedding on the Vegas Strip. How is that traditional? It's the opposite. It's just fun and silly. I know I keep criticizing her, but Annette is just one of those people that is just so full of bullshit and just so full of crap and just tells people things to make herself look better, whereas in reality, she doesn't really have that much going on. And I do think a lot of this does come from her feeling probably lonely and probably feeling like, you know, Jason is that one thing in her life that stops her from feeling like lonely and fills that void she seems to have. But that doesn't stop her being toxic. Now, whilst Justina is continuing to try on the dresses, Annette keeps on grilling the sisters. She won't leave them alone.
Have they told you the venue? Because I'm not really aware of anything that's fully set yet.
No, I don't think they've said anything yet.
Okay.
They definitely have. They've even got the coordinates to it if they needed them.
I wasn't aware that they're keeping the venue a secret from her, but I guess it's for good reasons.
I love that she just does not like her own mother. It's so apparent. Now, finally, Justina finds a dress that she loves for herself, but of course, Annette somehow has to get herself involved with it and make herself the main character.
So I got you something.
It's very bright.
Well, he's wearing red.
The red belt shocked me a little bit.
She's a wrongin' man. A red belt? Why would she want a red belt on? Who is she, Clark Kent? Is she going to turn into Superman? Jason's not even wearing that blazer for the entire wedding, so why would she wear a red belt? I've never watched somebody so frustrating in my entire life, you can probably tell. I just kind of want to go into the screen and just give her a shake. Now let's leave them there because I am starting to get a bit too hyped. We now move on to Mike and Stephanie in this episode. Now Stephanie is telling Mike that she's finally decided she stopped going to like act fake around Liz or act like someone she's not. She's going to try to get to know Liz as who she actually is and hope that Liz likes her for who she is. So she's actually going to ask Liz if she wants to come skiing with them.
I'll teach her. I will personally stand with her on the mountain the entire time. I will show her how to make moves. I will put cones up for her. I will literally clear up the whole bunny hill and tell everyone to make way.
Now clearly Stephanie is trying to make strides with her relationship with Liz. Now this exact conversation becomes very apparent later on in this episode when they're actually on the ski trip, so stay tuned for that. One thing I will say about this kind of family in general, I definitely think they're the most, I guess, boring out of the rest of them because they don't have too much drama. The mother Liz is just a little bit overbearing, but she's not like incredibly toxic like the other three. But again, she does do things that just really annoy you. For instance, she has a key to their flat, which they didn't know about, and she just lets herself in when they're not there and starts cooking food for them. And when they return home from the ski shop, they're like, wait, what the hell? Like, were you going to tell us that you were in our apartment and cleaning things up? And she even like throws out some of Stephanie's things that Stephanie needs. So like things like this really, really are annoying. It's just the fact that the other mothers seem kind of evil, that Liz doesn't seem as bad, but she is still bad. They then tell Liz that they want her to come on the trip as well.
You would think she would try and pick something that I like to do, not something that she likes to do.
So they were going on holiday without you anyway, and they've went, you know what, actually we should invite her because it'll be fun. And do you think this is a bad thing? What, do you want them to go somewhere where only you like? The main character syndrome is definitely very apparent with Liz. Now moving on to episode 7, which is our second last episode in the entire series. This actually was filmed around COVID, so we really get to see what stress that actually put on the relationships as well as everything else going on. I mean, this is the last thing that these people really needed was, you know, a lockdown, especially if they're not going to be living together. Although for some of them, it might actually have helped in terms of, you know, getting away from, you know, these overbearing mothers. But we do have a lot of filming time of the actual couples and the mothers doing things together. We see Jason and Justina and Annette in the toy store, and there's a really interesting dynamic going on here because Jason and Justina are trying to discipline their child and say, look, you can't just get a toy because you haven't done anything to get it. They're basically making sure their child isn't spoilt, and it's really important to them that, you know, their child really appreciates things. However, Annette is like combating this and just trying to get her the toy no matter what.
And then what do you want Grandma to get you?
Grandma, this is only Taylor's toy for being on the potty.
Grandma gets to buy her something special.
I hate her. There we go. I said it. Okay, I said it. I'm in my mean girl energy, ladies and gentlemen. I hate her. I definitely think she must have some sort of issue, though, where she can't, I don't know, where she has to have her own way. Is that an issue? I mean, it is an issue. But is it like a mental issue? I don't know. I don't know if she's always just been told yes in her life, so she can't really, you know, have a scenario where she doesn't get what she wants.
This is how we're training her to do this.
Well, there's no way I'm leaving the store without buying her something special from Grandma.
She's like a child.
I am not used to my son putting limits on me, being harsh with me. Before Justina, he and I got along quite well.
I'm just not used to having boundaries with my son. Like, my son is putting boundaries in place, and before Justina, that wasn't the case. We were boundaryless, actually.
I don't tell her no.
You will have to eventually. And if you don't, I mean, I don't want to tell you how that's going to be for you, but it's not going to be good.
Well, I don't
And I
see
think
it.
you should know that.
Yes! Fucking Come on, it was 7 episodes in, and finally, Jason has stood up to his mother. Finally, come on, son. I actually think they need to do some sort of like discipline process with Annette, you know, because I feel like she's the one who's never been taught from right and wrong. Now, because Annette is annoyed, she actually brings up that Justina's sisters talked about the venue and they knew something about the venue when she didn't.
Is yours going to be close to the Strip? Because I'm getting a sense that it's not.
You're being very pushy right now.
Jason, kind of looking kind of solid right now, you know what I mean? Starting to stand up and be the man. What has happened between episode 6 and episode 7? Because Jason has just turned into a full alpha male. He's actually standing his ground.
In the end, it's our decision, you know? It really is.
I feel at this point, you guys are just keeping things from me.
Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. You're right, love. But the question, why? If you weren't so overbearing and so controlling, you would know every little detail just like her sisters know. But they can't tell you because you're insufferable with them.
Jason doesn't want to say no to you. You're entitled.
She's entitled? That's rich! Coming from you, love. The most entitled person I've ever met. I haven't even met you, but you know what I mean. Nice to meet. Annette, I'm calm. Probably not a big fan.
Because it does hurt my feelings a lot.
We don't care.
I want you to feel like that he's going against you because of me.
And I do feel that way.
The reason why she's acting like this is because she no longer has Jason under her control. And Jason is now acting how his sister acts, where they kind of keep the mother at arm's length. And this has all occurred because of Annette. Like, Annette is the problem. And now Jason is starting to realise that he has actually been manipulated a lot of his life. He's probably had a lot of conversation with his sister as well. And they've discussed how actually their mother isn't the perfect person that Jason thinks she is. It's so good to see this realization moment that some of these guys are finally having. Now, Justina does actually say to Annette that she'd like to have a one-on-one conversation with just them two so they can get their points across. And we later do find out that Jason is no longer going to be moving away, not because Annette told him not to, but because of COVID, that opportunity just kind of, you know, wasn't a thing anymore. However, Jason is working through the day and Justina is working at night, so they're barely spending any time together. But this hasn't stopped their relationship, clearly. Like, they seem stronger than ever. And Justina actually does follow through with, you know, the conversation with Annette. As you can tell, she really does want to build a healthy, you know, relationship with boundaries with her.
When the whole virus started, I was more than happy to pack a bag and come stay with you guys for an extended amount of time.
I know you did.
No. There's already a lot of bad things going on, love. I think that would tip us over the edge.
Don't you think Jason would be happy with it on the Strip? Him and his buddies and just the whole family in Vegas?
Yes, but who cares what Jason's buddies want? It's not their wedding. It's mine and Jason's. Or not mine and Jason's, Justina and Jason's. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. How many times, love?
We definitely don't see it on the Strip. We just want you to be happy for us.
Look at that face, man.
You think I am being too pushy?
I do feel like you're being a little pushy when it...
Go on, Justina!
We're gonna get what we want for our wedding.
I love the character development within this couple. Like, they're finally, like, you know, they're working together against a common enemy. And it's working.
That really hurts me.
Again, I never want to hurt you.
Like, as we can see here, Annette is crying because she's not getting her own way. Classic manipulation tactic. Just cry so that they feel sorry for you and they back down. But they're not backing down now. So these tactics that she's been able to use in the past to Jason are no longer working, which is why I think she's getting more increasingly frustrated, because she's never actually been taught people skills and she doesn't actually know how to understand people's emotions, and that her emotions aren't the most important thing in every single situation. Now, after the conversation, Justina thinks it went really well, and she believes that Annette is finally starting to listen to her. Well, Annette thinks something very different.
I know that I'm still going to win over this venue, the Las Vegas Strip. Really. Let's get real about this.
But it's not a case of what do you mean win? It's not a case of winning, because even if you win and you get the venue that you want, then your son and your daughter-in-law lose. So then you would rather win over them being happy. Like, this just shows how cruel you are and how insensitive you are to anybody else in your life. Now, after this, we then meet up with Kim and Matt. And Matt wants to surprise Kim with like a surprise holiday. However, Kim wants to talk about the house. She wants to talk about like what is actually going in this this house. She basically wants to know how much input Kelly is having, because so far it's basically been all of Kelly's ideas and none of Kim's. And I know we've said that there's been a lot of character development from some of the guys in this. However, with Matt, there has been none. If anything, he's regressed further than when we first met him, as when Kelly starts to disagree with Kim, Matt just takes Kelly's side.
Wiggled her way into our relationship.
I don't want to hurt her. I would never tell my mom, you need to butt out.
Now again, I know I've had the theory of, you know, these people being manipulated from birth into believing their mother is the main person and the only person that matters in their life. But with Matt, I'm just so annoyed that the guy has no backbone or balls to even say to his mother that she's wrong on one occasion, because you're an adult now, and when you become an adult, you realise that your parents actually aren't right with everything and they're just people and they get things wrong. But Matt has never actually kind of progressed into that part of adulthood yet. And I feel like if he hasn't already yet, he's probably never going to. And this is why every single time I see Kim on screen, I'm like, Kim, you need to run.
It should be important to both of us. I still feel like you aren't listening to what I'm saying.
Lady Liberty is here.
Suddenly I wish it was the Day After Tomorrow movie and the Statue of Liberty is no longer. Like, look at his face instantly when his mother comes in. He's just happy, and Kim is like, bro, can we please just talk about this?
Guess where you're going for your birthday?
We're going to New York for your birthday.
Oh, we are? We? Or
yes,
we?
All of us.
Oh, fucking hell, man. There's just no development with this family. Throughout this entire series, we're just like, I'll see your mom is coming with us. Her mom comes everywhere. Look, even the Pomeranian hates her. Look at the glare it's given. It's like, mate, will you get out of this? This is the trio, not this. I really just hope that Kim, right now, you know, in her life has found a man that truly makes her happy, because Matt is never going to be that person. I will be so shocked if she is still with this man today. Now, due to COVID, they never actually went on this trip because obviously they wouldn't be able to fly. But I think Kim was actually happy about that. But another negative that came because of COVID is Kim was actually living with both Matt and Kelly, and she never got a break from them, which obviously is going to be really intense because, like, Kelly is just so overbearing and she constantly winds Kim up, and I just don't understand how Kim actually got through that period.
What did you do today?
Oh, mate, oh.
I'll scratch it.
Mate.
What are you guys doing?
We're taking a break.
See, like, honestly, and I'm just going to say what's on my mind, if I was in this relationship and I was Kim, I would just constantly think every time I left the house, them two were sleeping together. I'd just be like, they're shagging. They are, and I know it's disgusting, but why can't I leave? It's too much, man. This is like Freud was right about this. I feel like Matt just wants to be with his mother. Now, all of this gets too much for Kim, so she actually leaves the house and does some gardening just to get away from both of them. And Matt comes outside to kind of talk to Kim, and he thinks everything is great at this point, but Kim actually says to him, look, like, I think that we need to stop our relationship possibly if nothing changes. If you manage to change, then we can be together. But if everything stays the same, then I'm basically gone.
When Kim and I are doing really well, my mom feels like she's being left out. And then if my mom and I are doing too many things together, then Kim starts to doubt our relationship.
But surely your mother can live on her own, or with her partner who she lives with. She doesn't need your constant attention. Do you kind of feel bad for him that he has been made to feel this way, and he just can't seem to kind of, you know, have that realization moment that Jason has had about realizing that this isn't normal? Now, moving on, we then catch up with Shakib and Emily. Now, when we last seen them, Emily kind of gave Shakib an ultimatum. She basically said, if you don't move out of your mother's home, then we are done as a couple. And this has actually made Shakib, again, have a little bit of character development, and now they're searching for apartments together without Layla. However, because of COVID, they actually had to put this search on hold, which is really sad. And what's even more disturbing is they actually were living apart because obviously Emily wouldn't be able to live at Shakib's house, and Shakib needs to be with his mother. And apparently when they actually did kind of talk to Layla and see if Emily could stay, Layla refused, and Layla refused to let Shakib go and see her. So obviously this is just a horrific situation for the both of them, and really is going to put a wedge between them in the relationship.
I can't let you eat inside, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna eat outside with you, okay?
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Love you.
Bye.
Love you.
Okay, maybe Shakib hasn't had that much character development. You know, he should be telling his mom straight there. And I guess it's like a last-ditch attempt to try and build a relationship between, you know, his girlfriend and his mother. Shakib actually takes his mother Layla out to a cafe, and he doesn't tell her that Emily's going to be there. But again, this has just never worked in the past. Like, why would this just work now?
The most important thing is he's with me and he's far away from Emily.
It's like a full-time job she has hating on Emily. Like, she can't fit anything else in. On her calendar, she's like 8 a.m. hating Emily, 9 a.m. calling Emily a pig, 10 a.m. not letting Shakib see Emily. Like, she's got no space for anything else, man.
The more you don't accept it, the more it's going to damage our relationship.
I was thought I'm going to have a good time and have a fun. Now you're talking about Emily. I'm sick of it.
Well, you know what, love? I think everybody in the donut community and Shakib and Emily are sick of you. So that makes two of us who's sick. Now, this is actually where episode 7 ends, and we progress into the final episode of the season. We are finally here, ladies and gentlemen. And this final episode switches us back to Matt and Kim, who are talking about boundaries. And then Kim has a specific conversation with Kelly where she's basically telling her where she sees the line in the relationship.
Talked about having a key to our house.
I don't see a problem with any of those things.
I don't even have a key to your house and I live there.
That's another double standard. Actually, you know what, Kim? Why don't we get like a dog kind of hole for you, right? So you can crawl through. Yeah, that'll be good. I can't believe she doesn't have a key to Kelly's house, even though she's lived there for like years now. Kim is a prisoner. In the entire year we've seen filmed here, it has never gotten better for Kim. Kim then tells us that, like, in lockdown, this was probably the worst period of the relationship because she got no privacy with her boyfriend, Matt.
And now he's sharing himself with another woman.
Does me being in the picture upset you or like threaten you and feel like you're losing control of him?
I'm afraid of losing Matt.
Now, this is the only time in this entire series we've seen Kelly be genuine. We actually get to peel back the layers here and be like, oh, okay, so this is why she acts this way, because she's scared of losing him. So she feels like if she sabotages his relationships, then Matt will always be hers. So now, like, at least Kim is getting to understand why she's being treated this way. It doesn't make it right, but at least they can start to form some bridges now, hopefully.
I know that Matt loves you. I see that he's happy when you guys are together. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of nice to see.
Finally, we see a human side to this woman. After so long, I was on my knees. I was praying. I was like, Kelly, give us a sign that you are empathetic. This is so huge. This is genuinely so big for Kim. Oh, but I mean, she is just saying these words. Like, actions definitely speak a lot louder than words, and we really need to put boundaries in place here. But this is a start. Now, after this conversation, Matt then tells Kelly that he's planning on proposing to Kim, which I am so, like, baffled by, like, that Kim will accept this. I guess after this conversation is a good time to do the proposal because there's some fresh air in this relationship. But after Matt tells his mother this, Kelly suggests that they do some sort of role play so that Matt can mimic what he's going to say to Kim when he does it.
Look at her real serious like.
That looks like a fight movie.
Or you could just take her by the hand and say, my love.
I just think this is again a bit weird. Like, this isn't, I don't think that weird if any other mother and son did it, but because what we've seen from these two, it's just weird. I feel like Kelly is living out a fantasy here. Weirdly, I feel like she's almost putting herself in the position that her son is actually proposing to her.
And then get on your knees. And prepare to be there the rest of your life, maybe?
I don't know, mate. I think that's a bit weird, you know. Your own mother telling you to get on your knees in front of you and stay... Oh, mate, it's just not... You know, I just don't like it. I just feel uncomfortable, okay?
Okay.
Oh, don't actually do it!
My mom, like, helped me figure out, like, the words I wanted to say. Once it comes time to actual proposal, it's gonna be harder because with Kim, I want it to be...
When it comes to the actual proposal, it's gonna be harder because it's Kim. And, you know, I don't want to sleep with her as much as I want to sleep with my mom. Matt then takes Kim on, like, a romantic getaway so he can finally, you know, pop the question. Without his mother there, I need to make that very clear. Now, already, I'm just thinking, well, surely Kim knows what's coming because they never go anywhere without Kelly.
But hopefully a new chapter.
Say no! Kim! No!
Kim.
No!
This was so much easier when I was practicing this with my mom.
Oh, God, shut up! This was so much easier when I was on my knees in front of my mother. Maybe that's telling me something. I'm proposing to the wrong woman. Oh, me, shut up. Just get in the bin, man. This was so much easier in front of my mother. It's so weird. Oh. No!
Will you marry me?
No, say no!
I love you. Of course I'll marry you.
No! No, you don't! You don't love that man! He loves his mother!
She was gonna say yes.
I had no idea.
That man wants to sleep with his mother, not you, Kim! You only get one life, don't choose him! Oh, I'm so devastated. Genuinely, I'm so devastated. I need a minute. Guys, I need a minute.
Look who's here.
No!
Oh. Hello.
Sorry. Guys, sorry, I'll be a bit dramatic. I thought Kelly was going to come out dressed as the Empire State Building or something. It's just the Pomeranian. That's fine. This show is not good for the heart. Now, immediately after proposing to Kim, surely you two would just kind of bask in the glory, you know, I don't know, get a drink or just do whatever, just kind of sit there. Well, Matt actually immediately decides to FaceTime Kelly.
All right, we have some good news for you. We got engaged.
Oh my God!
Can
you
you?
got engaged without me.
She's almost like an actress. You know, like your first thought is, oh my God, you got engaged without me. Yeah, that's generally how it works, love. Like, I don't think you really, you know, get engaged with your mother part of it. You know, like, what do you try the ring on first to make sure it is a ring? Oh yeah, that is metal. Yeah, here you go, love. What a weirdo, man. Anyway, that is the last we do see of them, thankfully, as we now join up with Mike and Stephanie and Liz. Now, Stephanie has actually been offered a new job, which would mean that she would have to move away. But obviously Mike doesn't want to move away from his mother, which is, you know, creating a lot of tension in the relationship. Although this move would also be great for Mike because they will move to LA and Mike is a model, and obviously there's a lot more opportunities in a place like LA than where they live now. And after much discussion between the two, Mike actually decides, look, I do want to move away from my mother because Steph is the girl that I want to marry one day. And this is a great opportunity for him work-wise. So he actually does make the decision that they're going to move. And after this, Liz actually comes to their apartment for the first time in 3 months because of lockdown. And this is where they're planning on telling her that they're moving away.
It would be a good decision for both of us to move out to LA.
Look at his face.
I don't know what else to say.
Well, why don't you think about it before you decide? How can you, leave home without me?
Mom.
Now, I actually do, I haven't felt sorry for any of the mothers throughout this that much, but I do actually feel a little bit more empathy towards Liz because when you remember that Liz lost her husband to diabetes, I believe, and she is quite alone, whereas the other mothers have partners and, you know, they're not alone. They're just they just want the sons for themselves. I can imagine Liz is very lonely, and that might be a huge reason why she acts the way she does. She just wants to feel important. So the fact that, you know, the closest person to her son, her immediate family, is moving far away, I can imagine this would make her feel really alone and, you know, just sad.
Oh, and honey, you know I'd never keep you from anything. I never have. You know I never.
That.
I've always pushed you.
And that's why. And
but
Mom,
it's
that's
just so hard, honey.
Mom.
You're my only one.
Oh, why do I feel like crying? Oh, this is actually really sad. I'm not going to start crying, oh, I love a mama's boy, not with these mothers. But that is actually really sad because she's saying, look, I'm not going to stop you, but, just know I will really miss you. Oh.
And I have to go along with what he decides. I'm proud of what a good boyfriend you are, and if that's what you feel, and that's what I raised you to be.
Now, I actually do like Liz because I feel like she has shown growth where the other mothers haven't, and she does actually want the best for her son, even if it is to the detriment of her happiness. And that's the first kind of action in this theme that we've seen in this entire series. All of the mothers put themselves first, whereas Liz is allowing her son to put his own self first above her, and that is such a bold and strong move. Obviously it should be a basic thing, but in this show it's not. So I am really proud of Liz, and I really hope that that she is okay today and still has a great relationship with her son and with Stephanie. Now, the end of I Love a Mama's Boy Season 1 finishes with us catching up with Shakib and Emily. Arguably, you know, dealing with the worst mother here. Nothing like a Liz. Now, we actually join them back at the cafe that they were in episode 7. And when Emily finally arrives, Shakib and Emily plan to tell Layla that they will be moving in together and Shakib will be leaving her nest.
Me and Shakib, we're ready to tell Lila that we are moving in together as a couple. Hi, babe.
Oh my God.
Every time. Like, you couldn't just say hello once. Every time, the reaction from Layla when Emily enters the room is this. Oh my God. Like, you couldn't just say, oh, you're right, love. Just once.
I wanted to tell you that I want to, like...
Why are you stuttering? Just tell her directly. That's the issue with you.
Why are you stuttering? What's wrong with you? I also think Emily has came off a little bit unlikable towards the end of this series, but I think it's warranted because of what she's been through, so I'm giving her a little bit of grace.
You're just ruling my day with my son today. Not talking about... No.
Shakib, you say it!
Shakib is moving out with me. We're gonna do it.
In my dead body.
No, we're not moving into your dead body, love. That, you know, not enough room, if anything, you know. I don't even think Emily would fit in there by herself, you know. No shelter in there, love. What, we're going to skin you alive and then we could use you as like a rug, but not a full house. I feel like if he did stand up to his mother there, then he would have, you know, had such a great character arc, but I'm really, really sad that he didn't, because he hasn't got over that final hurdle of telling his mother something she doesn't want to hear.
He's going to stay with me for the rest of his life.
So he's a prisoner?
I am the one brought Shakib in the war, so Shakib is not going to move out. No.
It's very hypocritical because, like, you are able to live with your husband and you're able to, you know, have your life. So why can't Shakib have his life? Like, you know, like, how would you feel if, you know, you were in his position? You probably would be the exact same as Shakib.
The reality is, I do eventually want to move out, and I didn't.
No, not eventually, now. Tell your mom now.
It is kind of sad as well because Emily talking to Shakib like this in front of Layla only validates Layla's feelings about Emily, because from Layla's perspective it looks like Emily is telling Shakib to say these things, but Shakib and Emily agree on these things in private, but when it actually comes down to it, Shakib just can't like get over that mental block he has. So it makes Emily look like a bad person to Layla, and it makes Shakib look like he doesn't actually agree with this, he's just getting told what to do.
I'm having second thoughts about moving out because I just don't want this. I don't want to move out with all this stress.
Oh, bloody hell, man!
Yeah, even though I promised Emily that I will be moving out, just a little time is all we need for my mom to accept it.
Brother, how much more time do you need? It's been 3 years, man. Your mother said you're never going to leave. She said that, and we know she never changes her mind. This will never change. You need to make a decision now.
Tell her to leave.
I'm not going anywhere.
She's not
so
going
I'm leaving.
No, you cannot.
You're not leaving either.
No, I'm leaving.
What happens if you break your leg, though? What happens if you hurt your knee again? We can't have this, love.
Do you love me?
Of course.
Oh. Come on, walk with me. Oh, no, I'm done, Shakib John. I'm done.
She even full named him. She said Shakib John. Oh, God. Look at his face there to Emily. Looks like he wants to murder her.
This is exactly why our relationship isn't gonna work. You're never gonna put your foot down and move out.
I just think that these two need to split up, or Emily needs to leave Shakib, because Shakib just clearly isn't ready for a relationship. He's not ready to prioritize a relationship with a partner over his relationship with his mother. He's just not willing to do it, and that's final.
Here you are again, changing your mind.
I'm not changing my mind.
This relationship
I'm not
is
changing
not
my mind. You even bought me the shirt. What's wrong with you?
I don't care.
Again, Emily hasn't shown herself in the best light towards the end of this series, but you, like, people watching this right now, I guarantee you've been in a toxic relationship where it's kind of brought out the worst in you, not only the worst in you, but the other person as well. And this is what happens when you're with someone that is not right for you. They show your worst traits. The best thing about being in a healthy relationship is that, you know, both of your healthy traits come out and you enjoy it. These two people aren't enjoying this relationship. It's a stress and it's a detriment to the happiness of their lives, especially Emily's, because Shakib at least is in control of it and he can make a decision to change this. Emily can't. She's just talking to a brick wall.
If you're not ready to move out, this relationship isn't gonna happen. We are done.
Oh my God. So they actually are finished. So we actually did get a breakup in this season. That is absolutely wild. I wasn't expecting them to actually show them breaking up, but you know, this is the only relationship that I guess has failed. To be fair, I am surprised it wasn't 4 breakups, so we'll take 1. But it is really sad again because, you know, Emily really did like Shakib, but Shakib just wouldn't give her that commitment, and eventually you do have to put your foot down and put yourself first, and I'm glad Emily has done that. And I really do hope that, you know, moving forward with his life, Shakib is able to put himself first and realise that, you know, his mother's happiness should never come to his detriment, and he should be able to be the main character of his own life, because at the end of the day, I've said this in a video before, but you are with yourself until the day you die. Like, unfortunately, and I know it's not nice to hear, but your parents, as they get older, they will die before you, and you will, you know, be alone, you know, without them. So you need to make sure that you're okay when that happens, and the only way to do that is to work on yourself and put yourself first a lot of the time. So I hope that Shakib does do that and get to that point. But that is actually the end of this series. We don't actually get an update from Jason and Justina, but we did see obviously Justina and Jason like really put their foot down with their mother Annette. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this video, Donut. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I have loved doing a full season again. We haven't done one of these for ages. If you want me to do this style of content, please let me know in the comments. Drop a like. I just need to know from you lot if you like this style of content. I know it's a lot longer, but at least you can put it on in the background when you're doing stuff as well. And if you do want to watch another video where I break down the entire season of Virgin Island, the creepiest TV show that's ever made, click this video right here. Or if you're more of a Married at First Sight fan, I've done the full season of that, all 52 episodes. So yeah, you've got loads of videos like this to binge watch. Click either of them. I'll see you over there. Bye bye.